What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we are back. It's been a while. It's been a while since a competitive Canadian men's national team match has taken place. We didn't have our camp that we were supposed to have to see the match between Canada and Guatemala, which would have got, some very well needed minutes for some of our MLS players. But we are back nonetheless, late January here. It is going to be an interesting one. We're going to Central America for the very first time in this campaign. So if you look at the next two windows, I believe we go to Honduras, and then we go to El Salvador, then we go to Costa Rica, and we go to Panama. So those are two very grueling windows, but we are at 16 points, and the rumored amount of points you needed to probably come close to qualifying was like 22, 23. So realistically, we're a couple wins away from doing something very, very special, guys. But if you guys are just tuning in with us today and you guys are already excited, be sure to drop a like on the stream and put your thoughts on. We have the lineup made in a nice graphic, so we'll bring that up whenever Producer Teeth says it's... Yeah, all right, we'll toss it. We'll bring up the starting 11 for you guys just to take a peek at. Big shout out in the chat to Producer T with his beautiful editing skills, because I think it looks nice. I put it as a 3-4-1-2, so let me know if you guys agree with that. This is kind of how I saw it lined up for. I had Borjan in net. I had right wing back Tajon Buchanan, outside right center back Johnson, Victoria, and then Scott Kennedy, which I thought was interesting. I'm assuming Herdman went with Kennedy mainly because he's in form compared to using Kamal Miller. Where if I believe this took in place when the MLS was going, I do think Miller has kind of locked down that starting spot on the outside left. But the nice thing is that we have depth. We have Kennedy there as well as Derek Cornelius. So Kennedy's got to start. Atakubi out on left wing back. Samuel Piette. And a lot of us said if Piette is going to start and going to play a match, it is going to be in Central America. So he's got to start today. He's playing alongside Hutch, which I think is a very interesting move there. Then I put Hoylett as Cam with David and Larin up front, but it could also be a 3-4-3, and then Hoylett on probably the right, Larin on the left, and then David up front. So let me know if that's what you guys think it's going to be lined up as. I can't imagine it's going to be anything else. I'd say 3-4-3 or 3-4-1-2, but we will wait and see. But let's get in the comments, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are, if you're okay with this starting 11, because it's a little different. It's a little different, but there's a lot of... this is an unprecedented window, this January window, so it's very different. I was curious to see what Herdman was going to do, and we finally got our answers. As Beanie Man says, let's go, Canada. Kelly's here says, Josh, cheers, my friend. The time is upon us to clutch the opportunity. Yeah, and if any of you guys haven't watched Julian de Guzman's Fight or Fight on TSN, I recommend giving it a watch. It was very well done, and it fired me up. So, I'd assume maybe it would fire some of you guys up as well. I have not... JJD TV fan is up at 1 a.m. on a school night, my man. Kelly's got a 2-1 prediction coming in for Canada. Beanie says this lineup could be a 4-4-2. I didn't even think of 4-4-2. Didn't even think of 4-4-2. That's a fair shout, Beanie. I don't think it could be a 3-5-2, unless you're thinking this is a 3-5-2. But yeah, no, it could be a 4-4-2. If it's a 4-4-2, it would be Johnston, Victoria, Kennedy, Atakubi at left back, and then it would be Buchanan, Hutch, Piette, Hoylett out at left mid, David and Larin up front. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But yes, this does have a little bit more... Yeah, there's got a little bit more to it than I originally thought. Obviously, Richie Larea not getting a start today is an interesting one. Chris said, sad my notifications aren't working. Oh, that's a shame, my man. Welcome to the stream, though. Let me know what you guys think the starting lineup is going to be, because Beanie made a good point. Do you think it's going to be a 4-4-2, this 3-4-1-2, or a 3-4-3? I like Buchanan's pick. Yeah, we tried. He's a tough one. They haven't got an up-to-date one yet, but I have my bell on for this channel, but my notifications don't alert me. It's weird. That's weird, my man. But I appreciate that you guys made it here. For anyone who's just joining us, be sure to drop a like. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from today. JJD TV fan is up at 1 a.m. and he's got a exam in the morning. Not what you want. Not what you want. Piette from Bone is not impressed. I didn't get the alert for the start of the stream either. That's weird. I don't know. That's strange. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes YouTube's weird. Might give it to you in like 20 minutes, knowing how YouTube sometimes works. But JJD TV fans, it's time to learn a little bit about Canada. Well, it's going to be an interesting one today. Going down to Central America, it's going to be a real good opportunity to see what this group is made of. What's up, Josh? Not up, my man. How much are you doing? To me, the lineup has to be the 3-5-2. Yeah, and I guess that's kind of what we were looking at today. Obviously, it's going to be played in the 3-5-2. You'd see a lot of Buchanan going up and down the pitch. We'd see Atakubi out on the left. And then Hoylett being a little central. And when we're looking at this group of players who can kind of play that cam 10 role, I look at Osorio and I look at Junior Hoylett. Those are really the main two. So obviously with Hoylett being in here today, he may have a little bit of freedom, very creative player on the ball. So he'll be interesting. I am curious to see how it's going to line up. But Laren and David starting is going to be very interesting because they haven't always gelled together. What's up, Josh? Stop by to say hello. Good luck on the match. Cheers, my man. I think you have it right, and Buchanan will drop into half spaces and join the midfield at times. Yeah, and like Beanie was saying, this could definitely adapt. And if there's one thing that we know about this group of players is that John Herman can get them to do all kinds of crazy things. And it will not be very hard in game just to kind of switch up to a 4-4-2 if need be. But yeah, the big surprise was that there was no Richie Larea. Richie Larea is obviously a player who's been so important for Canada. And to not have him in here, that's why I was having trouble trying to come up with a starting 11. Mine was the 3. I think I went with a 3-4-3 on my predicted lineup, but this is somewhat close. I didn't have Piet starting. That one got me. That one got me. Yeah, it sucks because I haven't gotten any for this channel or other channels in the last like 3-5 days. Oh, Chris, well that's a shame. I'm not really sure why that is. Maybe YouTube just being YouTube, but it can be like that sometimes. I'll give my friend wishing y'all luck from the way in London. Cheers, my man. Need Larea for sure. Well, I believe, I don't know if the bench is up yet. I'm not sure where people, because everyone was telling me that Eustachio was on the bench. I haven't looked at the bench yet. I don't see it on, I don't know, was it on Twitter? Producer T is going to bring it up, but apparently Eustachio's on the bench, so that's pretty big news for Canada. Now, it makes sense considering coming back from COVID. He was probably rushing to be able to make it here. It makes sense that he's not going to start. But the fact that he's on the bench is really good because I'm assuming that means he's going to start the next 2 matches, hopefully as long as he's feeling good, feeling up to it. Hey, shout out to me. Shout out to you, my friend. US looking like Canada right now. LOL, joking. Okay, all right. I'm not watching the US match. I have the Mexico versus Jamaica match up in the background, but I don't have the US match. But yeah, if you guys are watching the US match, feel free to keep us updated here because I don't have it. Let's go, Canada. I like it. Tristan tunes in. Soccer is back. What do you think the reasoning is for Piet? Is K on a yellow? I had a list of players that are on yellows. I can't remember if K's on. Let me see if I can find my list. Because we have a good chunk of players who are on yellows. If I can find where I made that list. There it is. All right, the yellow cards are Steven Vittoria, who he'd be a big loss. Richie Larea, Eustachio, Piet, K, Henry, Atakubi. So that's interesting. So Piet is actually on a yellow as well. K, who's not in the starting 11's on one. Henry's on one. So in the starting 11 for today, Atakubi's out with a yellow. Piet, Vittoria. So there are some dangerous yellow cards that could have some consequences for the US match. What's your guys' score predictions? Let me know, guys, in the comments. If you guys are just tuning in today, put your score comments in. I did put one. I said it's going to be an ugly 1-0 victory for Canada. Now, it's not going to be an easy place to go. We know that, but I don't know. I got faith in the guys. This has been a pretty poor campaign for Honduras so far. They're sitting at the bottom of the table. Not a ton to play for. This is really their last chance. They need to get a win, nothing less. But I think Canada will find a way. So if you guys are with us in the chat, be sure to let us know what you guys think the score prediction is going to be. We saw some wild ones coming in. Obviously, the the 8-1. There it is. The 8-1 coming in, considering that was a painful day in Canadian soccer history, but we're hoping to erase it. Cavallini, Cornelius, Crepeau, Eustachio, Frazier, Gutierrez, Henry, K. Larea. Who's not on the bench? The couple Millers, Zorio, Ugbo. Trying to think, because we called up 25, so I don't think all of them are allowed on the bench, but I could be wrong. But we got an 8-1 prediction. We got a 0-0 scoreline coming in, a 1-0 scoreline for Bone coming in. I'm saying 1-0 Canada as well. Canada will win. Looks like you guys who lobbied for David and Laren together got your wish. Time to make it work. Paul, it's a good point, and I'm very curious to see how they end up doing it, because come to think of it, I mean, the 4-4-2 system might make sense. I know I put the 3-4-1-2. It makes sense to me as well, just because I know Hoylett can play in that roaming role. Then you have David and Laren up front. But I'm very curious, because this system, as we're looking at, can definitely play it in a few different formations. But I'm expecting hopefully someone like Tajon Buchanan, looking for that creativity, looking for that fun, to have an opportunity in Honduras to create something for the two front men. You had an open shot. Chris tuning in, I'm assuming, for the U.S. match, maybe? Wait, Canada lost to Honduras 8-1. They did. Canada's biggest ever loss came against Honduras in a World Cup qualifying match, 8-1 in Honduras. And, yeah, not an easy place to go. So, how times have changed. I'm not expecting anything near the likes of that scoreline tonight. I think it's going to be a good match. I really do. I'm excited to get this thing kicked off, get this thing underway. I'm a little nervous because we realistically could be a couple wins away from World Cup qualifying. We're sitting at 16 points, very comfortable. And the interesting thing as well is that every match going on tonight is kind of like a playoff in a way, because I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's 1 versus 8, Canada and Honduras, 2 versus 7, U.S. El Salvador, 3 versus 6, Jamaica, Mexico, and 4 versus 5. So if the top 4 teams all win tonight, there's massive separation from the bottom 4. But we also want Panama to drop points as well. So I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments, guys, who would you want to win? Costa Rica or Panama? Who do you guys want to win that? I almost feel like a draw might help my needs and getting Canada a little bit closer, but what is that called? Chris is not having it. Tuning in for the I'm assuming U.S. game you're watching. I'm not sure. DD says that he'd like to see a draw in the Panama and Costa Rica match, and yeah, I feel like you're probably right, because if it did end in a draw, Panama would sit on 15, and if we win, we're at 19, so that's some more separation, and then it keeps Costa Rica at bay on 10 points. So it's interesting, guys. It's interesting. But we got the starting lineup here for Honduras. Obviously, Ilias is one to keep an eye on. Lozano as well. We had a nice little debrief into this side before in our match preview. It's a decent Honduras side. I mean, Honduras obviously aren't in the best of spirits, but this is a relatively strong lineup for them today. Elias has been exceptional in Liga. He's been one of the most informed players coming into CONCACAF windows. It's a little nerve-wracking because you never know what he can do. But at the same time, I'm hoping this Canada squad just got enough in them to be able to push on. Figueroa, I think I said he was on 179 caps for Honduras, something ridiculous like that. He'll be a leader at the back, trying to keep Canada at bay. Panama are dangerous. John wants to see Costa Rica win 100%. Will says he'd prefer a draw. Panama, yeah. Yep, the reasons is we don't need to give our rivals extra points, and we don't need to build their confidence either. It's true. It's true, because that 4th place is still iffy. I do not want to finish there. I prefer top 3, and then we move on to the World Cup instead of having to go through that interconfederational, because you never know what happens. It's a one-off. Also, it's worth noting, guys, that it is going to be it's going to have VAR in this game, which is actually pretty cool. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Where are you watching the game? Let me know where you guys are tuning in from today. Where are you watching the match? I'm tuning in from Ontario. Willing to bet on the scoreline. 2-0 Canada is your prediction. It's a decent prediction. I think it's fair. Don't understand Piet starting over Larea. I didn't really understand. I mean, I had a feeling that if Piet was going to start, it was going to be against one of the Central American teams. It looks like, obviously, it's Honduras. The interesting thing, I mean, I personally would have liked to see K in there. I don't know. If you're going to fit Larea in, I think you would have had to take out probably either Atakubi and play him at left back or left wing back. You could have took out Hoylett and played Buchanan a little further up the pitch. So I don't think it was going to be a like for like to put Larea in for Piet. But you could have put Marc-Anthony Kaye in for Piet instead. But like I said, just considering it's Honduras, it's a tough atmosphere to be in. I think they want a little bit of that experience and they want a little bit of that grit. And I think that's what Piet brings to the side here. I think that's why he's in, partnering alongside Atiba Hutchinson. A lot of experience in that midfield. Hoylett's got a lot of experience as well. So those three right there. Oliver said that K isn't even on the bench. That's interesting. K's not on the bench. I'll have to keep an eye on Twitter. Thought it looked like he was in the substitutes. Or he is in the... So maybe he got... If he's not in there, maybe he got pulled out late. I'm not 100% sure. But on Canada's picture, it had K in there. That's interesting. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. All right, see what you guys are tuning in here today. We got London. We got Victoria. We got BC, Dublin, Ottawa, Quebec. I like it. On another note, Honduras voted in its first ever female president today. Well, the more you know. Did not know that. All right. We got a 0-0 prediction coming in. Piet is a mid-tier MLS player. Vince is not impressed with... Again, I think it's simply just because of what he's going to bring to this team. Now, I wouldn't have. I personally, like I said, I would have probably started K, but I understand why Piet was going to get the start. I had a feeling maybe he was going to get that start for the El Salvador game. Well, we got Chris tuning in from Michigan, Callum tuning in from Strathroy, Ryan from Lindsay, Atlanta, Canada. Bobby's tuning in. I have the Canada game and the Oilers game to watch. Platt, Eustachio is not on the bench. It looks like K isn't either. So that's interesting. So out of the 23-man... Or the 25-man we took, if two aren't going to be on the bench, it looks like, I guess, K and Eustachio. So that's very easy. I'm gonna have to creep. I'm gonna have to creep Platt on Twitter. Keep an eye on that. Kristen Jack apparently just tweeted out the team sheet, and K and Eustachio are not in it. Eustachio is not on the bench. Neither is K. All right. So then every other player that was called up should be in because we took 25. I think only 23 are allowed out, so that settles that pretty quickly there. We have to trust Herdman on his selections here. He's given us no reason not to trust him. Callum, you're spot on. And like I said, I mean, it makes sense. It wasn't going to be a surprise to see Piet start a game. And you heard it on a lot of different fronts, just considering the type of matchup going to Central America. It's always hard. But Herdman creates miracles. Got some Bone not impressed with the Oilers. Good luck. Hopefully Canada wins. Gotta go watch the match. Stan, how you doing, my man? Just keeping a little eye on the Jamaica-Mexico match before ours gets underway here. I don't know. Looking at VAR for the first time. Is there a red card coming? Oh! Red card to Damian Lowe, looks like. So VAR has its first big impact on CONCACAF World Cup qualifying right now to Jamaica. A terrible, terrible challenge. Falls right through. So that's an ankle breaker right there. So just for anyone who's, I'm just got, one soccer's got the game on. So that's interesting, man. So I got to keep that in mind. VAR is here. So Jamaica just put under a lot of pressure after picking up a very early red card at the halfway mark in that match. Has it started yet? No, match starts at 8:05, guys. If you guys are just joining us today, be sure to drop a like. See if we can get 50 likes before the match. I think that's a fair request. And let me know your guys' score predictions if you did not do so yet. But that's at least, hopefully with Eustachio, hopefully he'll be back for the US match. I'd really like to see him play a couple of these matches here. But we got a couple 0-0 predictions coming in. DD says, wow, Jamaica in trouble. Yeah, not the start you're going to want there. JD will be pissed. Yeah, I bet he will. Herman is literally the GOAT. He is. He is. Hey, Josh, how's it going? Not bad, my man. How are you guys doing today? Looking to do a big step towards World Cup qualifying with today's match. Got a 2-0 prediction for Canada over Honduras. People overhype Jamaica. Their only success lately was Usain Bolt. Is the match getting national broadcast in Canada, or is it only on One Soccer? I believe it's on Sportsnet too. Ryan says Sportsnet. Taylor has said Sportsnet as well. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's on Sportsnet. I believe that actually all Canadian men's national team matches are on Sportsnet. The only one that wasn't was the match in the US, and that was on TSN. Bobby says 2-0 as well. All right, let's hear some names then. For anyone who's got Canada scoring today, who do you guys see? I said 1-0 Canada was my prediction with a Kyle Larin goal to break the record, to stand alone as the all-time Canadian men's national team top goal scorer. Josh, thoughts on Kennedy starting? Brady, how you doing, my man? I like it. I personally would have started. This is the kind of the thing that we were worried about, was when this January camp was coming and MLS is not happening. Who are we going to start? Well, we have depth in Europe, and I'm excited. I'm glad Herdman made this decision, because Kamal Miller has stapled his spot down, in my opinion. If this was the middle of the MLS season, I do think that Miller is our guy. But we have two other really good options at that left center back, or outside left center back, in Scott Kennedy and Derek Cornelius. So for this situation, you'd expect one of them to start. And Kennedy had a good match. He's returned to fitness. He scored a goal at the weekend. He's got on this spot. So I give credit to Herdman, because that's a decision I would have made as well. So I'm happy with it. But let me know if you guys are happy with it, or you would have preferred to see Miller or maybe even Cornelius start the match. We got a 1-0 Canada prediction coming in. 2-1 from Cam and Fam, with Joe David and Tajon Buchanan with the goals. I think that's a fair. I want to see Larin score tonight, just so he becomes the all-time top Canadian goal scorer ever. He's tied on 22 goals with Dwayne De Rosario, so it'd be a pretty cool moment for him. He's gonna break it. There's gonna be a lot of players in this team that'll probably break it. I will stay to support Josh till halftime. I appreciate it, Yash. I know it's pretty late where you're from. Honduras looks scary, but considering their form, I think it'll be a pretty easy 2-0. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that they have this decent squad while they're playing Canada. But yeah, they do. They got some game changers in that side. Elise is someone that you absolutely cannot leave unmarked. He's very, very good with the ball. He's in excellent form in Liga. He's one that scares me. We got to definitely keep an eye on him. But I still think this Canadian team has to go here and take 3 points. They're good enough to. And it'll put us, that's a 19, man. That gets us pretty close to where we want to be. Got it. Brady says 3-0. David, Buchanan, and Hoylett. David goal, 1-0 for me. Piet with the hat trick. You nailed it. Brady says, sorry, 3-1. Official lineup says Eustachio was not on the bench. Larea 2, and those who asked not even been on the team sheet. Yeah, I'll have to take a look again at Kristen Jack tweeted out that Eustachio and Kay were not on the bench. Don't know about Larea. Gonna have to wait and see. Is foot mob up? Let's take a look. Oh god. Alright, well foot mob's got Scott Kennedy at striker, so that's not what you want to trust. And they have. Alright, so yeah, so let's take a look. So they do have Richie Larea on the bench. Now I'm not saying foot mob is the most accurate. But yeah, they have Liam Miller wearing Eustachio's number 7. Eustachio's not on. Derek Cornelius is wearing Mark Anthony Kay's number 14. So yeah, those are the 2 players who are not there. We'll have to keep an eye to see if Larea is there. But from the bench, I mean, we have options as well. Liam Miller would be an excellent one. Depending on the type of scoreline, maybe Cavallini for late in the match. Osorio for sure. Maybe Gutierrez. On Twitch, he's doing a watch party that sounds like something he would do. Might as well. Show the lineup again. Says no. Oh, we did what we could. Starting Piet is a good decision in my opinion. He's very physical and a leader. Just what we need. Yeah, and it makes sense. Like I said, guys, there was a lot of debate whether Piet was gonna see some minutes. I thought he was gonna start. My guess was the El Salvador match. So I'm absolutely not mad that he's starting this one. We'll have to see. Like I said, it's got that experience. This is not an easy place to go. And if you watch Julian de Guzman's fight or fight video, you get a real insight on what it's like going to this type of atmosphere. And if Mark Anthony Kay isn't available, Eustachio's not available, I mean, I'd probably start Piet over Frazier as well, just given his physicality. So yeah, I mean, it did make a lot of sense, if we're being completely honest. David and Ugbo for me, 2-0. What happened to Mark Anthony Kay? I'm not 100% sure. I'll see if Ollie tweeted anything out. Nothing. But I'm not listening to it, so I can't really give you guys any insight there. If results stand and we win, we have a lead against the US, even if we lose to them later. I can't imagine Eustachio's on the bench unless it's a false positive. Yeah, no, he's not on the bench. I would have been very surprised if he was on the bench. I'm not sure where the rumors came in, but yeah, he's not on the bench. Neither is Mark Anthony Kay. But yeah, the lineup, guys, is, I mean, it could be played in a few different systems. I put it as a 3-5-2 for right now, or 3-4-1-2. Borjan, right wing back. Buchanan, outside center back. Is Alistair Johnson with Vittoria. Kennedy on the left. Atakubi left wing back. Then we got Piet and Hutch. Very experienced center mids in there with Hoylett as your cam. And then David and Laren as striker. But no score in the other matches. Jamaica down a man for the second half with the red card. Yeah, it could be some very interesting matchups as well. Some results that we're going to want going our way. Hello, guys. I saw more Honduran fans at BMO. Everyone leave a like. Going to watch. We'll be back at halftime if I'm not nervous. Much love. Brady, if you guys could be so kind. Let's see if we get to 50 likes here before the match is underway. I think we're about 5 minutes before this thing kicks off here. The boys are coming out. Our usual 100 likes equals a win. There you go, guys. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. 100 likes equals a win. Johnny Brace incoming. I'm telling you, man, I want to see Laren get his goal. All right, we are getting ready. National anthems are coming up. Who are you taking for man of the match? From Leaf King. Oh, who am I taking for man of the match? Who needs to step up here? I mean, Atakubi's on a roll. Hoylett, Kennedy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Josh, please sing the national anthem live for us. No. You guys don't want to hear my singing voice. You don't want to hear my singing voice. I'm gonna put it on Junior Hoylett. Beam bold. Your stream's in Spanish. A Tebow to be man of the match. This could be a realistic one. Watch it be Piet. Could go to 19 points with 5 matches to play. That puts us in such a good position. Listen to a really good interview from John Herdman as well, talking about what this team has been able to do to get to where they are right now. And he's just not afraid. None of these players are afraid, man. You want to sing the song. Okay. Okay. No. They finished. I can't hear them, but they just finished. Oh, Canada. There you go. You got my amazing singing voice. If you want someone to hear sing, it's producer T in the background. Oh, you are? It's a firing up. Go Canada, go. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Alrighty, let's go red, white, and... Oh. I thought you were saying red and white. That was Chris saying going red, white, and blue. Chris, keep us updated on the U.S. match, though, because I don't have access to watch it, so I haven't watched even a minute of it. But I am curious to see how that scoreline's going, guys. So if there's anything that goes on in the other matches, keep us updated, and then try not to comment until I react on this match. I should be up to date. We're watching it on One Soccer, so we should be fine there. Johnston interview, the Northern Football Podcast, was amazing. I did not listen to that one yet, but I saw that they got him on. I think it was like a 45-minute conversation, so that would have been good. I would like to hear a little insight on his move to Montreal. But all right, guys, let's get your score predictions in. We're about to kick off here. Thanks for the effort. I tried. It looks like Honduras is just about underway. One nothing, David, business as usual. Laren's the one who's been lights out for us late. I mean, David went on a little cool streak, came back with a couple goals. But I don't know. There's something about Kyle Laren, man. I'm excited to see them both together. I'm really curious to see how the shape's going to look. I mean, it's going to be a 4-4-2. It's going to be a 3-4-3, or it's going to be a 3-4-1-2. So the number one way to tell is probably keep an eye on, I'd say, probably Laren to see where he's playing. Give us a good instinct. But did we hit 50 likes yet, guys? Did we nail that down? It's a full stadium, it seems. It's still 0-0 in the U.S. match. I feel like I do want U.S. to take it, just because that hopefully then El Salvador's just got nothing to play for the third game. Victoria's gonna score from a direct free kick. Well, man, he's been hitting bangers, so it's not unthinkable. For the Panama Costa Rica game, I predict Costa Rica going off to have a good start, having a 50-0 lead, and then Canada. It's basically what it's been like, guys. But all right, the boys are getting ready. Kickoff is almost underway. We're at 48 likes, says Yash. Almost hit our target of 50 before kickoff. You guys have been killing it. But this is it. You got Hutch and Figueroa, two legends. You got to give them that, man. Legend of Canada, Atiba Hutchinson. Legend of Honduras, Maynard Figueroa. Two very impressive guys. Let's see what we can do here. Kickoff underway. Get your score predictions in if you haven't done so yet, because it's going to be a big one. Biggest note from the U.S. game is Robinson has sucked. Des has been good. McKinney, good. Adams, good. Ferreira, terrible. At work, so happy you're doing this watch along. Thanks. Cheers, Jeremy. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself at work. If you're able to listen in, I'll try to keep you updated as this game gets kicked off here. Paul says, is there VAR tonight? There is. And VAR has already had a big role to play, as I just was flipped over to the Jamaica-Mexico game late in the first half, and a red card was handed out due to VAR to... Are you ahead? Am I ahead of you? Oh, no. It was getting underway. Time to get nervous, I guess. Let's go, guys. Let's go. The CONCACAF website has Scott Kennedy playing striker. I saw that too. It was nice. It was nice, man. But here it is. Drop a like if you're just joining in, guys. Drop a sub if you're new to the channel. And let's see how this thing gets going. We are underway. We are good to go. But first thing I want to keep an eye on is what system John Herman is playing tonight. Got to keep an eye on Alistair Johnson. Will give us an idea as well. This should be a routine win for Canada. No, I mean, that was the beautiful thing about watching Julian de Guzman in his fight or fight video, man. There's nothing routine about going to Central America. It's difficult. And that's why Samuel Piet's in there today. Excited to see how some of our MLS players are going to get on. And can't wait to see the MLS get back. Get some minutes in. Get some fresh legs going for the March window as well. But there's an early corner kick coming up as Samuel Piet puts it out. My prediction this game is David finds his form for Canada and scores a brace. Elias brings it back, but Canada will take it 3-1. I'll take that. Oh, Boran with a miss right there. Little dangerous, but well defended in the end by Kyle Aaron. That's not what you really want to see. Good opportunity once again, but Alistair Johnston. Ooh. All right. So, and on the back foot pretty quickly. Whew. What is Herdman wearing? Which team got a red card? Jamaica got a red. Damian Lowe, who, I don't know, man. I've seen Lowe play in a few matches. He's just reckless. But yeah, he got a red card again. Studs up challenge. So Mexico should have a good opportunity to take 3 points from Jamaica and pretty much end Jamaica's push. But really good start for 2 minutes in the match for Honduras. Makes you a little bit nervous. And Chris has let us know that the U.S. has scored. So good. I mean, I'm just saying good mainly because I want El Salvador to be beaten down before we take them on. But took the U.S. a while to get that goal. My nervousness. Yeah, man. Oh, Canada's got to just find their legs a little bit. Buchanan's on the ball. Tries to go 1v1, but taken back by Honduras pretty quickly. They just got to catch their legs, man. This is a hostile environment. It's not easy to be, and you know what? Kudos to Honduras. They've woken up on the front foot. Had a couple good opportunities. And we're going to see what Canada's made of here. Luka comes in, says that the U.S. have scored. Who scored the goal for the U.S., guys? Is anyone tuning in from Honduras? We have anyone cheering on Honduras? Put a flag in for you guys in the chat. Whoever you guys are cheering on today. Drop a Canada flag. Just say Canada. Honduras. Drop a Honduras flag. I'm curious to see where we got. Or if you're a U.S. fan, put in a U.S. It doesn't matter. Let me know. I know Luca's cheering on the U.S. today. Thank you at work, so I can't watch the game, but I can listen with my earbuds while working. So thank you. No problem, Matthew. Hope you're doing well today. Hopefully a lot of you guys are. It's gonna be a good game. Top of the table versus bottom, but again, Honduras is still a very difficult place to go. They got some of their big hitters back. I'm expecting a good match, and early on, Honduras already showed what they can do. Canada's gonna have to find a way to build into the game a little bit. We see a little bit of movement from Tajon Buchanan. Bullied off the ball a little bit too easy there. Oh, it was Robinson. Chris, did you not come in here earlier and say that Robinson was having a poor game? Got a couple Honduras flags coming in. But we got mostly Canada flags coming in. We got a Jamaican flag. It's fair. Robinson scored. The left back for Fulham. Here comes Maynard Figueroa. Takes a chunk out of the dirt there. I'd say, guys, it kind of looks like it's a back four. Alistair Johnson's very, very high up the pitch. Victoria. So yeah, I'm saying it's probably a 4-4-2 we're playing right now. Borjan in net. The back four, Johnston, Victoria, Kennedy, and Atakubi. Right mid, Buchanan, Piet, Hutch, the two center mids. Hoylett as left mid. And then your duo up front of David and Laren. So interesting, a 4-4-2 for right now. Barca would like to switch Dest. I think Dest is probably going to end up staying where he is right now. But here comes a good opportunity for Jonathan David. Plays in Kyle Laren. He's all by himself. A nice little cut back there. Creates a little bit of space for Samuel Atakubi. Atakubi had a bit of a rough week. Atakubi didn't have his best week. He got thrashed 6-0. And then picked up kind of a boring 0-0. So hopefully Atakubi's feeling good. He was getting minutes. Got rested in that 6-0 hammering. Carlos says, hello from Honduras. I hope we win. Hope you're doing well. I hope Canada wins, but I mean, it's okay. Welcome to the chat. It's good to see. Nice little ball. Finds Junior Hoylett. That's a good ball from Hoylett. And Atakubi, I believe, wins himself a corner. Well done from Sam Atakubi. Alex tuning in. He's cheering on Mexico, who should have a big opportunity to pick up 3 points tonight. Bro, we need Davies. We do. Really missing Davies at striker. My heart is insanely beating already from just a company. Yeah, man. This game, it matters so much. We need to right some of the wrong of that 8-1 thrashing. But we have an opportunity right here, guys. Junior Hoylett. Corner kick coming. Got guys tuning in from Nova Scotia. I like it. I like it. Davies at left mid, you mean? Davies has played striker for us, so I mean, you know, little FIFA action there. But Hoylett with a decent ball, but very easily taken. But yeah, I mean, not having Davies here sucks, and not having Eustachio in here sucks as well, guys. I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Those are two of our most important players. A lot of analysts have really said that Eustachio, and I agree with this in a way, that Eustachio is a bigger miss. Because Eustachio just is the brains behind everything. He controls the midfield. He's been just a revelation since playing for the Canadian men's national team. Just got his big move to Porto, guys. W in the chat for our boy, Stefan Eustachio. We're going to miss him, but we're hoping he can come back for maybe the U.S. and El Salvador match. It'd be a stretch. But just to come tuning in from Montreal. Are you a CF Montreal fan, my man? And if so, how pumped are you picked up Alistair Johnston? Jamaica's winning 1-0. No way. Jamaica playing with 10 men. Their only chance to counter, they scored a goal. No way. Jamaica picks up a 1-0 lead against Mexico down a man. I'm assuming you're going to see now the 9 men behind the ball. 10 men if you count the keeper. Who scored for Jamaica, guys? But yeah, I mean, the thing we're going to be missing with Alphonso Davies is the fact that, I mean, one, world-class talent. Two, it can kind of create something out of nothing. And knowing how hard Honduras is going to be to break down, we need to look at someone who's going to bring that creativity. And, I mean, I would naturally look at Tajon Buchanan. But Laren and David haven't really come in on the best goal-scoring form for this window. So I'm hoping they can find a way. But someone's got to be able to feed them. Someone's got to create something for them. As Victoria comes in here now. Victoria's on a yellow, so if he picks up one more, he'd be missing the U.S. match. So a little nerve-wracking there. And yeah, in the latest reports, guys, is that Davies is going to be out for 3 months. So things aren't looking very good for him to be even for the March window. Obviously, only time will tell. But, I mean, nothing's more important than Davies being healthy. So hopefully he'll be able to recover. Hopefully Canada will do him justice. We'll find a way to qualify so he's got nothing to worry about and he can focus on getting healthy again and getting back playing. Sporian trying to play out from the back there. Johnson from Preston scores for Jamaica. Damn. That's wild. But if you guys are just joining us here, man, be sure to drop a like. Drop a sub as well if you guys are new to the channel. Appreciate you guys all tuning in with us as Tajon Buchanan's got a big opportunity. What's Buchanan going to do here? Oh, look at Tajon. Look at Tajon. Let's go, boys. Tajon Buchanan. I believe it was an own goal. I believe that was an own goal. Let's go, boys. That puts us to 19 on the live standings. And like I just said a couple minutes ago, man, I'm looking for someone to be creative, someone to put a creative outlet and create something out of nothing. Tajon Buchanan does well down the right-hand side. Look at the step overs. Yeah, I got my move to Belgium, man. Goodbye. And then look at the ball. Nothing he could do. If the defender didn't do anything about it, the defender should have just left it, because then Kyle Larin could have scored. Now it's an own goal. Now it's embarrassing. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's drop some W's in the chat. Tajon Buchanan creating something out of nothing for himself and gives Canada a 1-0 lead at Honduras, man. Oh, that's big. Good vibe says, let's go Honduras. A lot of goals coming in. Canada. I get what you did. The W in front of Canada. I like it. Canada loses 50% of the team without Davies and 75% without David and Davies and 85% without... Damn. Well, good thing our boy Tajon stepped up. Yash says good night. Appreciate you tuning in, Yash, as long as you did. ESPN just showed the live score and didn't have Canada's goal up yet. But member on the channel, Yash drops in the Josh celebratory little guy in there, so we appreciate that, man. Enjoy your sleep. Silence the crowd right away. Yeah, man, it's impressive. And I know, like, I remember I made a video a long time ago. my first little insight onto CONCACAF YouTube, and did a octagonal prediction video, and I put Honduras in 6th, which, I mean, it was a little unfair, but I mean, now you look at it, it's very good. But I put them in 6th, and the comments from the Honduran fans were not happy with me, and rightly so. Honduras is one of the big dogs in CONCACAF, but times have been changing, and Honduras still has a good team, but Canada has gotten that much better. And right now, man, 12 minutes in, they're at Honduras, this insanely difficult place to go. And Tajon Buchanan, one of our guys, one of the boys who have taken his game to another level, creates something out of nothing and forces an own goal and gives Canada a vital 1-0 lead, man. Good stuff from Pulisic. That's why JJD is superior to TSN. Well, I don't know about that. But scoring in the first 15 minutes isn't really good statistically. We'll have to wait and see. I'm never going to complain on a lead. Let's just see what the boys can do with it. It can be a battle psychologically if Canada decides to sit back a little bit, or if they decide to bring it to them. And I'm hoping with that 8-1, in the back of their minds, they're gonna bring it to them. Is Larea hurt? I don't know. I believe he's on the bench. I believe the 2 players aren't on the bench is Mark Anthony Kaye and Eustachio. He's getting a little physical there as Atakubi goes down. But remember, guys, Larea did just get his move to Nottingham. He's not featured for Nottingham yet. I don't 100% know what his fitness is like. Maybe it was a fitness decision. But like I said, when I was trying to come up with starting 11s, it was leaving out one of... The way I was trying to do is leaving out one of David or Larin or Larea. So it was difficult to do. So Herdman went with the 4-4-2, which means Alistair Johnson starts at right back, and that means Larea is out. If we would have went with a back 5, having that wing back, it would have maybe opened a spot up for Larea, but we probably would have lost either Hoylett or Larin or David maybe. So it is tricky. It is tricky. So my assumption is maybe he's just not fully fit, or it was just a tactical decision for Herdman. Nice ball in. Good opportunity here for Honduras, and a good block from Samuel Piet. Good opportunity for Honduras there. JJD TV, better commentary than the entire MLS commentators. You guys are flattering me. Love seeing David and Laren up top, opportunity together. Yeah, I mean, having the opportunity for them, I mean, they haven't always taken it. So it's right to be a little skeptical. But it looks like they might be looking at a VAR. Nope. No handball. They're playing on. Corner kick coming up. And Steven Victoria. I think there's a foul in the box there. Laren doing a lot of chirping right now for El Salvador dude to get a yellow card here soon. Good. Good. If you listen to the interview with Daniel Henry, looks like they're retaking the corner. But if you listen to that, I mean, Henry loves being a shit disturber in his own words. But another corner kick coming up. But Victoria once again and finds Jonathan David. Well done. And here's a counter, man. 2-on-1. Kyle Laren with Junior Hoylett. Play him in. Oh! Big defensive play there. Ah! Massive opportunity from the counterattack. It was a 2-on-1. It was the right pass to make. Laren, well, I guess not the right pass. It was the right idea. He should have maybe played it a little earlier. It was a really good opportunity for Canada there to play in Hoylett. But well defended. It was a good defensive effort, but I'm sure Laren's thinking at himself and is probably pretty pissed. Oh, that's a good play, but defended well in the end. Let's get focused. It was just lucky. Panama lose, hopefully. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of hoping for, that or a draw. Xander says, I'm from Canada. We've got someone coming in saying, come on, Jamaica. Ball falls there. Looks like there's a foul. Looks like we're going to have a dangerous opportunity coming up. Any update on Alfonso? Last I heard, unfortunately, man, is that he's going to be out for 3 months. Advantage, ref. Yeah, I mean, good for Piet, man. There was a shot that hit Piet in the hand. It looked, I mean, if it was any more outstretched, it could have been a debate. VAR looked at it, but his hand was kept pretty close to the body. Not much else he could have done. But yeah, I can't believe Jamaica's winning. Canada looks so comfortable in the offensive zone, at least. Let's hope it continues. They do, and they have a dangerous free kick coming up. Hoylett over it once again. A lot of you guys actually asked me who I thought was going to be the free kick taker and set piece specialist that Eustachio and Davies aren't in. I said more than likely it'll be Hoylett for corners and free kicks for crosses, but maybe shot opportunities. I think we might see Victoria get an opportunity. But we got Hoylett once again over the ball. Decent delivery, defended quite well. But it finds our boy Tajon Buchanan. Why is your feed so slow? Some of you guys are ahead of me. So I try to answer it so I don't get any spoilers. But here comes Elise. Look at Piet. Look at the speed on Piet, man. Not easy to do. Especially with Elise breaking the other way like that. Canada always screws up versus Honduras. Now's the opportunity to right the wrong, man. And Piet, man, has been looking pretty good so far. So you gotta give him a shout. A big opportunity for him to step back into the Canadian men's national team starting 11. And I thought he's looked pretty good so far, to be honest. DD says Piet did well there. Whew. Who was there when these countries played at BMO? Anyone go to the match, the Honduras and Canada match at BMO? I did not go to it. We did a watch-along here. That was a frustrating match. Canada did not play overly well in that Honduras match. That and the Jamaica match, in my opinion, are probably the two worst performances. But let's get some control there. Atiba does well. Calm things down. That's good for us that Mexico is losing. Losing to Jamaica, man. I'd almost kind of want to draw, sorry, Jamaica, just because it doesn't help Jamaica and it keeps Mexico behind us. So I feel like I'd hope Mexico can get a draw out of that, but if Jamaica gets a victory in this, that is massive. Not only because they desperately need 3 points, nothing less, but because they went down to 10 men in the first half. So, Yeah, I don't know. Are you watching on One Soccer Sportsnet? Sportsnet. What minute? What's the exact minute you're at?
1949.
So you're
10 seconds ahead of you.
okay. I might switch over to Sportsnet then. Just because some of the guys in chat are a little bit ahead of me.
I usually found that soccer was faster because it's the original feed, but
Oh.
Sportsnet is faster too.
All right. Well, that's a nice thing. We can switch back and forth. I'll see what my Sportsnet one. Producer T's a little bit ahead of me, so he's got to control his motions from time to time.
Fist pumping under the desk.
Yeah, he's fist pumping under the desk. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, okay, wow. So mine's 12 seconds. So mine's now at 20:27. Now I'm ahead of producer T. Get a spoil it for it. That's funny. Sportsnet 360. Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah, we're back on Sportsnet. It's One Soccer feed, so you'd assume One Soccer would be faster, but whatever. Great counter. Where are we? What are you guys saying? If you guys are just joining us today, guys, be sure to hit the like button. Say hello. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. As we're 20 minutes into this one, Canada has the 1-0 lead. Good day. It was quite the atmosphere. Here comes an opportunity once again. Kyle Larin, a ton of space. Come on, take the hit, Larin. Oh, it's a good ball, though, but I want you to hit it. Finds out Akubi. Going back door, finding Kyle Larin. Buchanan. Ah! Hello, TFC. Long live Bears in Canada. Yeah, I got my TFC hat on. I rocked the Forge hat for a while. You guys got sick of it. Said get a new cap. I'll either have to get a Pacific one or a Whitecaps one. I need to show some love for all of our Canadian teams. I clearly have only been showing the Ontario side. Angie's tuning in from California. You watching the U.S. match as well, Angie, or are you just tuning in to say hi? This is one of the worst soccer feeds I've seen in 20 years. It's glitched out a couple times, the Sportsnet feed has. But yeah, there's been a couple good opportunities for Kyle Larin. You get to see a bit of his pace. There's a lot of because I mean I still see him as more as a striker, even though he does play primarily as a left attacking mid left wing for Besiktas. But Larin does have speed to his game, and you've seen it a couple times on display here, running at defenders, opening up space. But let me know, guys, in the chat down below, who is, I mean, besides like Eustachio and Davies, but who's a player you'd like to see in the next camp that wasn't in this camp? Is it Theo? Is it Jebsen? I know maybe it's not realistic. Let me know. Let me know a name that you guys would maybe like. Maybe Mitrovic. He's a good one. Let me know a player that you guys would like to see in potentially the March window that's not in this camp. What's up with Ayo Akinola? Will he be fit for the start of the MLS season? From what I've read, I don't think Akinola will be back for the start of the season, but he will be coming back and is looking to be the starting striker for TFC. So they'll probably have to play with Pozuelo or someone as a false nine, but that's a tough challenge coming in there on Tajon Buchanan. Alistair Johnson gets in there. There's a CONCACAF. There's a CONCACAF you like to see. I badly want to see the Grizzly Bears of Canada to destroy the Eagles of the U.S. Hopefully, my man. Hopefully. But it was a tough challenge on Tajon. Got pretty much ran over by Rodriguez. A tough challenge. Gonna see them fight. I'd like to see what Miller can do. I have a feeling that we'll probably see Liam Miller come off the bench at some point in this match. Now, I know he's playing in Europe, but Switzerland's on a massively long winter break as well, so he hasn't been playing very recently. So I think this move really helped Tajon, because Tajon's been playing, he's been playing well for Club Brugge, and he's looked very lively, obviously created the goal. Larin has speed, he doesn't use it wisely. Yeah, depends. because he got that striker mentality. So it depends where he's playing. That's why I like seeing him play as a striker for Canada, especially when we play with a lone striker. If we play a 4-2-3-1 or 3-4-3, I prefer Larin in that pure number 9 position. I thought we agreed our nickname was Milk Bags. That's quite the nickname. For me, I'd love to see Brim. It's a fair shout, man. I've been watching Brim pretty closely, and he's a lock for that right wing position for Eindhoven right now. He plays pretty much every match. Usually subbed off around the 75th to 85th minute. I don't know if Brim would be my favorite because I don't think he'd find a lot of playtime. I mean, obviously this window we'd like to see EK get some minutes. I'd like to see maybe Theo get. I'd really like to see Mitrovic. That would be my player. I'd like to see him commit. I think he's relatively close to wanting to commit, and then see what the kid can do. Yeah. His dad's very vocal on Twitter. If any of the Mitrovic siblings or sibling, I know I follow his brother, and his brother follows me on Twitter. In the chat, man, let us know. And just give us a wink, if we're gonna see him soon. Canada is undefeated in how many matches? I believe our last match we lost would have been against Mexico. So if you're looking just World Cup qualifying matches, then 8. Or I mean, if you're looking at just World Cup qualifying matches, we haven't lost in a long time. I don't think we've lost a single World Cup qualifying match. So what? That's 5, 6, 7, and then 8, so 15-ish. But if you're counting all matches, we lost to Mexico. So we're on right now an 8-match, potentially extended to 9-match unbeaten streak. 8. Yeah, we lost to Mexico in the Gold Cup semis. Victoria punts it up. Hello, Milk Bags. That's us. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he chose Egypt. There was a lot of hype around him, but he was very open, from what I understand, of representing Egypt instead of Canada. So it didn't really seem like that was a close one. Same as Ferdy. He was close. I think he was looking to see if he was good enough to represent the Netherlands. If not, he's going to represent Turkey. I don't think Canada was a real lock. But good opportunity. Rodriguez punts that well over the net. Where's everyone from? Says Stuart. Let us know in the chat. Drop a like, guys, if you're just tuning in. Renato's here. Says, I'm watching, and he's from Brazil. You going to the game Sunday? I'm not. I would have tried to go to the game, but my parents bought me a cruise. So I will be on a boat leaving tomorrow night. So there will still be content. We got our match preview. We'll have match previews and the 5 takeaways. I just won't be doing a watch along for the U.S. match or the El Salvador match. But you'll get 5 takeaways of me on a cruise, as well as one match preview. We're recording the U.S. match preview tomorrow with Filippo from Tactical Manager. But here comes Junior Hoylett. Poor ball. Stuart says he's a TFC and Chelsea FC fan. Tuning in from BC, tuning in from Toronto, Thunder Bay, Montreal, Netherlands, and Turkey might not have even made the World Cup, right? Yeah, Canada would have been the better decision, in my opinion. But in my opinion, I don't know how much Verdi would have really helped us. I'll get to that in a sec, but that's a yellow card coming up. Another tough challenge. I'm not sure who got taken down there. Who was that? That was Jonathan David. It's a nice little turn, but look at that, man. Just kicks the ankle out. Clear yellow card. Roger tuning in from Edmonton. Tuning in from London. But yeah, I mean, when you're looking at, because he plays as a right back, right wing back, left wing back, we kind of have options there. We have Alistair Johnston, Richie Larea, ZBG, Atakubi, Davies. I mean, it's not an easy position to even break in. So I don't know. I mean, he lives in Turkey. I think he's going to sign a new 5-year deal with Fenerbahce. Probably talked to the Turkish. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not too upset with that loss. I'd be more annoyed if we lost Daniel Jebsen. Basically, I'm everywhere from Alex. Hello from North Carolina. We're all Canadian tonight, right? Mr. Big Mouth on Honduras for the yellow. Tuning in from California, jealous. Ottawa. I'm from Edmonton in London. Yes, I did know that. Dude, have you seen Jebsen? Did he choose England or Canada? And we also have Marcelo Flores. Yeah, I've spoken to this a few times. I personally wouldn't hold my breath on Marcelo Flores. I feel like he's leaning towards Mexico, but from what he says, he wants to have a Canada camp. So that friendly against Guatemala would have been really nice to see. But I mean, I don't know. He's already played for the Mexican national team in a friendly. We'll have to wait. I feel like he's closer to Mexico, but what do I know? I haven't spoken to him. And Daniel Jebsen, I think, is just taking his time, kind of wanting to see what the type of player he'll develop in. Still playing for the England U21s. So he'll probably finish out, I think, a bit of his career for the England U21s. Another tough challenge there in Samuel Piet. Really dirty challenges coming in from Honduras today before he's going to make a decision. So I wouldn't expect a decision from Jebsen anytime soon. That's just what I think. Even though I do eventually think he will represent Canada, because I just don't think he'll get a look for England. Edmonton near Tottenham. Nice little ball. Any movement from the other matches, guys? Just gonna refresh and take a look. Still 1-0 for the U.S., 1-0 for Jamaica. What a result that would be. I still hope, I'm sorry to our Jamaican, anyone who's cheering on Jamaica, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be a better result for us if Mexico and Jamaica draw. Because that pretty much screws Jamaica out of an opportunity there. But let me know, what would you guys rather see? For the Canadian men's national team, or even maybe U.S. men's national team perspective, would you guys want Mexico to lose? Or do you want to see a draw, or do you want to see Mexico win? I just feel like a draw would kind of screw over both. The refs being extremely weak in the U.S. Nice ball over Tejan Buchanan. I'd want to see Mexico win. Mexico lost, in my opinion. It brings Jamaica a little bit more in the fight, though, because it would bring them to 10 points. Even though if we get all three, we'd be on 19. Anyone know which Canadians are on yellows coming into this game? Yes, I do have a list. I'll see if I can remember it off the top of my head. I know the players playing. Victoria's on a yellow. Piet's on a yellow. I think Atakubi's on a yellow. I have a list of it. I should maybe just look it up. It's another tough challenge and a card. No, not a card. Warning coming up. I know Lurea's on a yellow and Mark Anthony Kaye is also on a yellow. From the U.S. side, I want Mexico to lose because it widens the gap between U.S., Canada, and everyone else. Would prefer Mexico win, but a draw is good. Mexico loss is terrible for Canada and the U.S. That's what I kind of thought too. It allows Jamaica back in the fight a little bit. Does the World Cup seed teams on how they finish in qualifying group? So I don't 100% know, but I believe so. You'd assume the higher you finish, you would get a better seed, but maybe I'm wrong. Let me know, guys, if anyone has the actual answer. Someone's tuning in from Halifax today. I like it. The more draws that aren't Canadian, the better. Scott, couldn't agree more. A lot of challenges coming in from Honduras. Yeah. Borian talking with Herdman right now. Yo, dude, can Tamori change to Canada before the World Cup? No. From what I understand, man, Samuel Piet's down for a while, man. That's not good. Liam Fraser would be the natural replacement. It looks like it's his knee. Now, it's some of the worry, too. I mean, I don't know if it was just a dirty challenge that got him, or if it's the fact that, I mean, he is an MLS player. He's out of season right now. Maybe his body wasn't quite up to it. I don't know, but the Honduras challenges, man, have been ridiculous. They've been clean leg sweeps, taking both legs out, letting players fall. They've been dirty challenges. There's been like 4 or 5 of them so far. This reminds me of a pure CONCACAF match. Checking VAR. What are they checking? They checking for a red? VAR might have a big role to play here. Taking out Samuel Piette from behind. VAR's looking at the foul, man. So VAR got brought into this window. So, I mean, I'm glad that VAR is in, but I mean, it should have been in from the beginning. But they're looking at a red card, which would be massive. Hopefully Piette's okay. It was a tough challenge right from behind. I'm curious. I didn't scream to myself red card when I watched this challenge at first glance. But it's right from behind. It looks like it could be an ankle breaker. Doesn't look like he's going to give the red. Lame. That should have been a yellow for sure. But yeah, not a red. Yeah, a lot of you guys are saying not a red. I didn't come out screaming red, but that's a yellow, which VAR you can't just give a yellow now if he didn't give one. That was a tough challenge. There's Wheeler. Got a free kick coming up, though. Junior Hoylett to take. It's a good ball, but well defended, and it's going to be a throw-in. Don't think that's a red. It was a tough challenge. That would have been a very harsh red, in my opinion. It should have been a yellow. I don't believe it was anything. I didn't see a yellow given. He already got a yellow, I think. I don't know. I didn't see. I don't know if that was a player who got the yellow or not. If it was, then I think that should have been his second yellow. That was a tough challenge from behind. Good to see Piette. Okay, we got a corner kick coming up. Hoylett to take. Decent ball, but keeper collects. Jamaica win would work best for Canada. I mean, I guess it would put some separation between us and Mexico as well. But I don't know. I still feel like a draw would be best case. It would put Jamaica on 8 points. Little Honduras player getting fired up. No, there is a substitution. So Piette comes out. Frazier comes in. That's disappointing. I like what Piette did, man. I thought Piette had a good 38 minutes. And the last time we saw Frazier and Piette, I believe we saw them play together. And it was for that U.S. match. And they both played pretty well. If you think back to the U.S. match, the third group stage game, we lost that one. Frazier, Piette started in the midfield. And I was impressed with both of them. Frazier really impressed me. But yeah, we don't have another center midfield option right now, guys. So that's a little iffy. Mexico tied it. I'm more happy with that, to be honest. Sorry, Jamaica. But yeah, Piette was playing great, man. That's a bummer. But let's see what Liam Frazier did. Don't want to risk Piette. We don't have any other, with K and Eustachio not there, we have no other options really for center mid. So it looks like Frazier and Hutch will probably finish the match out as our two midfielders. You can put on Osorio, but I mean, you get what I mean. Osorio's not going to give you what Frazier or Hutch is. He's a little bit more attacking in my eyes. Oh, that's a foul, man. Absolutely react. Oh, come on. Just runs over Atakubi. Honduras is frustrated. 24 points is the magic number for World Cup. Maybe less with this. Only 5 more points. That's wild, man. If we get it, we're at 19. And we're a win, maybe even a win and a draw away. Because of all the draws that happened earlier, probably the point total will be a little bit lower. But yeah, man, there's been some real CONCACAF-like challenges in this match. Really frustrating. Kyoto's in there, the Montreal boy. Yeah, Mexico scored. I hope it ends in a draw. I hope it ends in a draw. This referee's a joke. Reffing has been fair. Needs to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal. Best I've seen Piet play this year. Yeah, I was super impressed when Piet was doing those runs early on. I thought he looked composed. I thought that was a blow early on. Did Mexico score again? Is that what you guys are saying? You guys saying it for the first one? 2-1? Oh, they did score again. 2-1 Mexico. Wow, they turned that one right around. Well, what time's the other game tonight? Is that 9? Got to keep an eye on that one. Damn. All right. Well, I would have preferred the draw, but that pretty much eliminates Jamaica. A draw would have been disappointing for Mexico. I do agree. Considering how many minutes they had up a man, they had to take 3 points. But wow, it's an interesting one. I just find it very interesting that this particular matchup, guys. It's coincidence, but it's funny. It's literally 1v8, 2-7, 3-6, 4-5. It's like a playoff right now. So the Jamaica upset. 6 versus 3. JD's gonna be pissed. Brian says greetings from Montreal. Whew. Jamaica is healthy again. I can see them coming back even with 10. Mexico are a disaster and have very poor coaching. Coming in from Scott. The interesting thing, I mean, Mexico haven't played very well. I don't think the Mexican fans would disagree with that in this World Cup qualifying. But they found ways to get results, and this seems to be another one. I didn't watch the match, but I can presume, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm assuming Mexico probably didn't have the best match. Considering that they were up a man for over 45 minutes. They ended up going down in the game, and they found a way to get two, so I don't know. It's a weird one. Not complaining, though. Poor pass there. Let's see if we can get it to halftime. We're up 1-0 here. 244 of you guys coming in the chat today. If you guys are just joining us, drop a like. It's always appreciated. And let me know where you guys are tuning in from and who you guys are supporting. I don't know if we get some interest from other national teams. So we get any Jamaicans tuning in. Keeping a special eye. Oh, that's another freaking aggressive challenge, man. Where's Borjan? Oh, that is just dangerous. But what a challenge. Absolutely runs Liam Miller over. And then Borjan has to put his balls on the line there. Got very lucky. But this is honestly, this is probably one of the most CONCACAF matches I've seen. Like, we've obviously seen 8 other World Cup qualifying matches. I don't think I've seen anything quite this rough yet. Let me know in the chat if you guys agree or not, but man, like the Costa Rica match was nothing aggression-wise compared to this. Honduras is throwing everything at us. There's going to be bumps and bruises on the boys going into the U.S. match, 100%. Just looks like a lot of dirty plays coming in, man. Refs are just letting it go. They got to be careful that they don't lose control over this one. They are getting away with it, of course, but why not? Yeah. The ref has to take some control. Liam Frazier's slipping, though. That makes me a little bit nervous. I've seen him slip or slide like 2 or 3 times already. That's a nice little bottle find, Junior Hoylett. Doesn't have a lot of options. That was some good, that was some well organized defending from Canada, but Honduras had the ball there for a little bit. Where are the refs from? I have no idea. This is crazy. This is aggressive, man. This is going to be a wake-up call for the boys. This is what it's like to get your asses handed to you. But there we go from Liam Fraser. Hits Hutch in the face. And Fraser probably picking up a yellow there. Yeah. Liam Fraser has not looked good since coming on. It's a little nerve-wracking because Piet was playing so good. He was playing so good, and then a dirty, dirty challenge took him out. Fraser's come in. He's looked pretty sloppy so far, which is a shame because, like I said, Fraser looked really good, I thought, in the last really full match I saw him play, which was against the U.S. Obviously, it was a Gold Cup, so, I mean, it wasn't the U.S.'s strongest team. But Canada pinned back late in this one. And now Fraser is on a yellow, which he's got to be careful with. Borjan spills. Ref doesn't call it. But Kennedy clears out one. Looking a little scrambly there, man. We need to get to halftime. Jesus. What's up, Josh? US got the win. James, how you doing? Yeet Eats tuned in, says, oh, man. Kennedy gets a yellow for this. Is Piet injured? He is. Piet got a dirty challenge from behind, and he ended up getting subbed off. Fraser's come in. He's looked a little wonky, and he just picked up a yellow. But that was a tough challenge with Milan Borjan. Let's take a look here. Yeah, like, that was a header to the hand, man. That's a clear foul. Ref lets it go on. Probably would have been called back if Honduras found a way to get in. But he showing his earlier play here against Kyoto, and what a play it was, man. Well, that was really good goaltending from Milan Borjan there. Central American plays dirty as hell. VAR should have given the foul on Borjan. Josh doesn't like when I talk about poverty countries. Ryan, how you doing, my man? You know. Ref has to take control. This is getting ridiculous. I agree. Canada should not be sucked into the fouling game. It's hard on the road. Doesn't matter where the refs are from. It's important that we don't get bribed, yeah. You know, CONCACAF, man. I don't know. Like I said, we've watched Canada playing for a while now. 8 other qualifying games. This has been by far the roughest match I've seen. The Honduras players are just, they're playing so dirty, and the ref needs to find a way to control it a little better. Someone's going to get injured. I mean, Piet, it's already got injured. Borjan, it looks like it's his elbow. I'm not sure if it was from the first challenge or maybe Victoria clearing it off the line, but man. I don't know. It's getting a little frustrating. I want to see this thing get to halftime. Let the boys regroup. Thoughts on Matt Turner to Arsenal? I mean, he'll be sitting on the bench, so I mean, it's a cool move for Matt Turner, but I mean, he's not going to start ever. He's going to play the Carabao Cup, and that's about it. So I don't know. I don't know what my thoughts are. Probably better ask from a U.S. fan, because then you now have Zach Steffen and Turner playing second fiddle. So yeah, I don't know. Can't deny though, it's Arsenal, so it's an interesting move. I love Borjan. I hope he's okay, but would love to see Crépeau. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Maxime Crépeau. Hoping he's gonna have a good season with LAFC, and he can more. Come on, blow it. There it is. All right, it's halftime, guys. It's halftime. Let's take a breather. Let's get some opinions from you guys. Who do you think was Canada's best player in that half, and what has you worried for the second half? We hit 100 likes. Nicely done, ladies and gentlemen. Nicely done. 102 likes now. You guys are crushing it. But all right, let's get into the chat. See what you guys are saying here. CONCACAF gets messy. Ref is biased. Honduras did this last time too, and El Salvador played dirty against us. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Guys, correct me if you don't think I'm right. I just don't think I've seen this CONCACAF feel like we just did in this match, man. I just don't. That was something else. There was like slew-footed challenges left, right, and center. They were gunning down this Canadian team, and it shouldn't be a surprise because this is what you expect when you go to Central America. This is what CONCACAF World Cup qualifying is all about. But I just feel like leading up to this, the other 8 matches, it was dialed back a little bit. I feel like this was CONCACAF to the face. This was what you should have expected for the majority of it. Not slamming the team, but without Davies, Canada is just at MLS level team. I mean, they haven't looked spectacular this match. I don't disagree. But at the same time, Davies would be getting fouled left, right, and center as well. And we've seen Davies have some frustrated moments in this World Cup qualifying window. But I don't think that's totally fair because right now it's 1-0 Canada against Honduras. That's a result I'm sorry, I'll take every single day. Is it the prettiest thing you'll see? No. But Canada's getting slew-footed left, right, and center, and it's just one of those ugly matches that I think this is why your Samuel Piette started. And I think losing Samuel Piette for Fraser is going to hurt this midfield because Fraser is a drastically different type of player. He does lack a little bit of the experience that Piette was going to bring, a little bit of the physicality, and a little bit of that CONCACAF. And that's a little scary. Yeah, Kennedy has been good. Yep. I don't think Kennedy's put a wrong foot in. Very impressed with Kennedy so far. So that seems to be the number one answer from you guys. I was really impressed with Piette. I do want to give him a shout out before he was subbed off. I thought Piette was very solid. I agree with that. We've had some decent chances. Not too worried though. Buchanan, best player for me. We haven't had a ton, but yeah, Tejan's looked dangerous when he's had the ball. I really liked Piette. Scott said it. He said it, I think, a couple times. He said that Piette, this is his best game all year for club and country. Something about putting on your country shirt, man. It hits you differently. This isn't really that dirty. Games in Central America can get a lot worse. Yeah, but like I said, we haven't been to Central America yet. All of our Central American games are coming up. We have this window, obviously El Salvador and Honduras, and then next window we're going to Panama and we're going to Costa Rica. So obviously they're still gonna be Honduras like he was at BMO, but I just look at that BMO match compared to this one, and I just feel like Honduras are just finding ways to try to take the game to us. And fair play, they're not getting called on it mostly, and I think they're making Canada overthink it a little bit. But I was just saying, compared to the other 8 matches that Canada's played so far, this one feels, to me at least, like Canada's getting beat up on a little bit. I like the tempo of the match. Canada did well in the first half. They might have to push a little bit more offensively in the second half. I agree. I feel like I saw a little bit of a shift once Canada took the lead. Once it came 1-0, I think they almost sat back a little bit, which can be a dangerous thing to do, especially when you get the pressures, you get the tackle of this Honduran side. But yeah, a lot of people praising Scott Kennedy today. Mexico game is over. Mexico won. I would have took the draw. I would have took the draw. But that, like I said, guys, that pretty much eliminates Jamaica. Henry Martin and Alexis Vega scored. So now on the live standings, Jamaica's on 7 points. Mexico 17, US 18, Canada 19 if we get the win. And the US won 1-0 at home. Not a very convincing result there. Obviously, I didn't watch that match. And we got the 1-0 lead here. Laren has been bad. I mean, he's had a couple opportunities to run at the defender. It's just that final product, that final ball, that final decision hasn't really been on today. Scott says, great commentary. Thanks. Be back in the second half. Appreciate the love there, Scott. Hope you're doing well. Piette was our best player. I have a I have a hard time not arguing with you. I think we are missing an attacking midfielder in the game. Maybe Osorio for Hoylett. You could, and that's not a bad shout. If you put on Osorio for Hoylett, I mean, if it was the 4-4-2, you could push Osorio out a little bit as that left mid. Or if you want to switch shape, you can go 3-4 or 3-5-2, have Osorio with Frazier and Hutch in the middle. I like that as a switch. Osorio would then take on set pieces. But Hoylett's been pretty strong. I just don't know who else he would take off to bring Osorio on. I wouldn't take off Buchanan. Maybe, I guess, if you wanted to move Hoylett up striker and partner him alongside David, you could take off Laren. Hasn't had his best showing. But that's an interesting one. I do think Osorio will get a shout eventually in this match. Canada still has Champions League talent without Davies, but he is needed. Of course he is, man. I mean, you pluck the best player in the region out of the team. It's going to hit you a little differently. And we miss him, man. We miss him. I would hardly call that U.S. win comfortable. Are you talking to me? I can't remember. I thought I said it was. That doesn't sound like a comfortable win. That's what I said. Sorry. Unless someone in the chat said it. But no, I thought I said or meant to say that doesn't seem like a comfortable win at home. You'd expect U.S. to probably do a little bit more. But I didn't watch the game, so. A couple real good chances. Passes in front of net. Yeah, there's been a couple decision makings. So we've got a couple Honduran fans tuning in. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I think it's safe to say that Jamaica and El Salvador aren't making it. I think so as well. Very curious to watch the Panama and Costa Rica match later after this one. Gabe says Liam Frazier shocking. Yeah, that's the biggest thing I'm worried about for the second half. I agree with everything you guys are saying. I really like Piet. I thought that was one of the best matches I've seen him play in a while. I thought Kennedy's been strong. Hoylett's been decent. I thought his deliveries have been pretty good as well from corners and set pieces. Laren, David, a little quiet. David was dropping back a little bit, trying to link up. Laren wasn't quite on. I thought Vittoria was commanding at the back. Borjan was good. But Liam Frazier. Since he came on, I don't know what it was. It looked like he was slipping. I saw him literally slip 2 or 3 times on his turn, so I'm not sure what was going on there. And then he obviously picked up a yellow. I'm a little bit nervous of our midfield coming in. That's the one negative thing I have to say going into our second one. Chris says that the U.S. had 70% possession. Yeah, Laren should have passed it to Hoylett much earlier on that 2-on-1. Paul, I agree. It was the right decision to pass. It just, yeah, he got it wrong. Sorry, JJD, that was for someone else. I was going to say, I thought I said it didn't seem comfortable, but maybe I misspoke. Jamaica had one job. Oh, man. Alfonso and his dad are watching the game. Yeah, we'd rather Fonzie be on the pitch, man. We did miss him a little bit. Adrian's tuning in. Adrian, how you doing, my man? Says, look like some of our boys are wearing rollerblades out there. Yeah, well, I mean, they've been slew-footed enough times, but yeah, I mean, the one, it was really weird. So I don't know if it's the pitch or what it is, but I'm sure a lot of you guys saw it as well. But when Frazier came on there, it looked like he was on a skating ring for the first like 3-4 minutes. Every single time he turned, he fell over, and I don't know why. It was very confusing. I'm hoping he can get it together for the second half. They had. I don't have the game on. I'm reading the comments. Was Davies on TV? Was that you guys were saying? I didn't see. Adrian says, I think it's the pitch. Probably. The best plan for Canada and Honduras is the 4-2-3-1. If we were to play the 4-2-3-1 with our system right now, I don't know if we could pull it off. We'd have to, I think, make a substitution. More than likely Osorio for Hoylett. But if you played the 4-2-3-1 with the current personnel, it would be Frazier and Hutch at the 2 CDMs. You'd put Hoylett, Cam, Laren out on the left, Buchanan right, David as striker. But to properly play that, you'd probably want to put Hoylett out left. You'd probably want to put Buchanan right, David or Laren as striker, take one of them off, and bring on Osorio. if you're going to play in the 4-2-3-1 system. U.S. had most of the possession. El Salvador had like 2 chances to score all game, so it was pretty comfortable in my opinion. True. I mean, it was I don't know. I didn't watch the match, but it was 1-0 at home. I don't know. You'd expect a little bit more, but again, in World Cup qualifying, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you get 3 points. U.S. got 3 points. Mexico got 3 points. Hopefully, Canada can follow suit. And this field should be illegal. Heads up, boys. We were on the road in Honduras and playing the refs as well. Yeah. Some of the refereeing was quite questionable. Just the slew foots would get you, man. Let's hope Piet injury isn't for more than a game because we need him in Central American games. I agree. I totally agree, guys. A lot of when the game sheet came out, a lot of people were saying, "Well, why is Piet in there?" And I mean, it came out afterwards that obviously Eustáquio didn't make it. K wasn't on the bench. So yeah, I mean, naturally, I'd put in this kind of game Piet over Fraser in a heartbeat alongside Hutch. But even if K was fit, there's an opportunity that we would have saw Piet anyways, just because what Piet brings. And hey, Herman was proven right. Piet was one of our best players, standout player in that first half. But unfortunately, CONCACAF will get you. And dirty challenge from behind knocked him out. Do you see Ugbo coming on today? Let's take a look at our bench. Let me know what substitutions you guys would predict. I would say... I mean, Fraser obviously already came on for Piet. I would say maybe like Liam Miller for Hoylett as 1. Osorio for David or Laren as 2. Maybe Cavallini for either David or Laren as 3. So that would be 4. And if we're going to see somebody else, maybe Larea for Buchanan later in to try to close it out. Those would be the substitutions I'd see. Fraser's already on. So I'd probably, in this match, man, I'd probably say I'd see Cavallini over Ugbo. It shows whether EK would come on instead of Miller. Depends on the shape we're playing. But I'd say we're likely to see Richie Larea as long as he's fully fit. Likely to see Osorio. Likely to see Cavallini. Fraser's already on. And then one of Liam Miller or EK Ugbo. That would be my guess. If I'm looking to put some subs on at some point in this match. Canada versus CONCACAF. So how many wins do you think Canada needs to qualify? Well, if we win this, we're at 19. So probably 2 more to guarantee it. 2 more wins. With all the draws, it's probably even maybe 1 win. 1 more win. So this win and 1 more win would put us at 22. Probably another a draw. So yeah, we're close because of the draws. Especially, but we want top 3. That's why I'm debating. Ugbo for the kill when Honduras tempo goes down. See, and I feel like Cavallini would come on to kill time rather than kill the game off. That's just what I'm kind of seeing the game going. Why is K not on the bench? I didn't hear. I'm not sure. Did you hear why K's not on the bench? I'm not sure. Producer T said he saw someone say get well soon to K, so we're not 100% sure why. I play soccer. Ugbo for Laren. I would like to see EK. I just don't know if this is the match for him. Honestly, I'd maybe even look to start EK for the US match. I don't think that this is a match for Ugbo. Like I said, this is a match for Cavallini, guys. Like later in the game to start, doing CONCACAF type things to kill up them. We have the lead. I don't see EK coming on right now. That's my opinion. I could be completely wrong. Maybe he gets subbed on right now for all I know. But I don't know. That's what I see. I think there's a good chance maybe EK would start or get some good minutes in the Canada US match. But the boys are coming back on the pitch. We got Miller and Cavallini. I'm not a Cavallini fan, but wouldn't mind seeing him come rough up. Yeah, guys, I like Cavallini. I just don't really want to see him play for Canada too much. Depends on the situation. This is the situation. Same as Samuel Piet. They're very, very useful players to have in the squad because they know their role. They know when they're to be used. These are the type of games. So that's why I'd expect the most minutes you're going to see out of Piet and Cavallini will come in the away matches in Central America. No Davies, no problem. Don't Davies, don't problem. Boys are coming back on the pitch. No substitutions. Jonathan David telling the ref he doesn't know what he's doing. You see what happens in Jamaica, I feel bad. I don't know. In my eyes, I look at the Jamaican World Cup qualifying campaign, and it was a disaster from start to finish. So, regroup and go for 2026. But kickoff's underway, guys. If you're just joining us, be sure to drop a like. Drop a sub as well if you guys are new to the channel. And let's see what the boys can do. 45 more minutes to go. Let's get this 3 points, man, and get that hell out of here. Josh, who would you prefer win? Canada or Costa Rica? Probably. Oh, it's tough, man. Let me know what you guys think. I think a draw. I don't know if I could even pick. And if I had to pick, I almost feel like I would pick Costa Rica. And hear me out. Nicely moved from Kyle Larin. I would pick Costa Rica because it would put more separation between that 5th and 4th. Instead of just being separation from 5th. It would keep Panama right on our trails. So if it's a draw, it hurts both of them. So for me, I think I would pick Costa Rica because I don't want that 4th place spot. I want to lock down. I don't want to go through the interconfederational playoffs. Last thing I want to see Canada do. It's a one-off. And who knows? You pick up an early red, there goes your campaign. So Costa Rica drags Panama back down. So that's what I would say. But let me know what you guys think. It's a good debate. Do you have COVID? Your sniffles seem constant. We're going to find out. I don't know if I have COVID. I don't think I do. But I'm getting tested tomorrow. So if I do have COVID, I won't be going on my cruise. If I don't, I will see you guys from a boat. It's a good ball coming in from Hoylett. Victoria letting it go out. How are you guys playing? We're playing decent enough. Had a couple good opportunities. Tejan had a little bit of individual brilliance. Kyle Larin really good on the ball there. Finds Hoylett. Nice turn from Junior Hoylett. It's a tough ball. Can Adekubi get there? He can. Good ball from Adekubi. Finds Larin. David. Oh. Shit. That was a good chance. I think Adekubi did keep that in. If he did, it was a really good ball. It took out the corner flag. And then Larin sets it up nicely, but it was not enough on it, man. Hey, JD, where are you watching the game? I'm watching on Sportsnet Ontario. I have it on One Soccer as well, but the Sportsnet Ontario feed was more ahead, so you guys won't ruin anything for me. Which is weird, because like I said, usually the One Soccer feed is ahead. I don't know. Draw is nice. Lele says, Canada 7, US 1. Ready for the US? I think so. I wonder if the, now, not fans aside. Now, I'm going to put this to the chat, guys. Not fans aside, because I know it's the US, Canada. I want to beat the US. The US wants to beat Canada. But do you think the players, the coaching staff, and ultimately, would you guys be happy with the draw? Both sides? Without any bragging rates on the side, not knowing that, this guy on Twitter pissed you off, not knowing that Yeet eats in the chat, Yeet eat. But would you guys be happy, both US and Canada, if it was a draw? We each pick up a point. Because I'm curious to see what type of match we're going to get. if they're going to take it easy on each other, if they're going to feel it out, if they're going to find a way to dwindle it down to a 0-0, or if they're going to go guns a-blaring and one of them are going to want to take all three. Because I feel like I've said it multiple times. I feel like a 0-0 draw is going to be the result. It's going to be not going to be the nicest place in Hamilton. It's going to be cold. It's going to be gritty. Canada just had to take on a Central American team, as did the U.S. I don't know. Obviously, I'd assume both will go for it. But you got to admit, at some point in that match, if it's towards the 70th minute and it's 0-0, there's probably a little gamesmanship being like, you know what? Maybe we just take the point, we split them, and we go home. But Lucas says absolutely not. It's not the U.S. mindset. We want top spot. Say mindset, and I just know that Greg's your manager. You're confusing me, Luca. I don't know what you mean. I wonder if Yeet would take that. I don't know. Yeet, would you take a draw? Or no, you got Greg's mindset, and it's just nothing but the win. Here comes Junior Hoylett. Oh, it's a terrible ball. Good press there from Hutch to win the ball up. Finds Hoylett, but it was just the wrong ball to play. As a Canadian sports fan, I can never be happy with anything less than a win against the U.S. in anything. Ryan, it's fair. It's fair, but it's not like... I guess it's not like in other sports. It's not even like it's the Gold Cup, where, you know, it's a knockout competition. You need to win to move on. This is World Cup qualifying. If you offered me a point against the U.S., I would take it. Even though I would prefer the win. I'd like to just, you know, go at Pete and tactical manager and just poke some fun. But I would take a point. And I think that they would too. But I know that both Canadians out there and U.S. out there thinks that either team could win. U.S. could take 3, we could take 3. We don't know. It's a good ball, but Borjan's got it. You're asking if Americans are going to go in guns a-blazing. Oh, God. No. I usually do better reading that before I say it out loud, but you know, it is what it is. Tough little challenge once again on Kyle Larin. Hit the likes, friends. I appreciate that. If you guys are just with us, I'm not sure if we're close to 200 likes. You guys kept rolling them in through halftime. I appreciate it. Everyone tuning in today. Another big challenge there on Kyle Larin. This one looks like he ate it up a little bit, so that's the gamesmanship we like. It looks like Kyle Larin's totally fine, but he found a way to get that in. A draw is okay because the U.S. still has to go to Mexico. Come on, Kyle, you're better than that. You think Canada is beating the U.S. this weekend? I think it's going to be a 0-0 draw. Hoylett goes deep. Takes a book from Eustachio. Look at the speed from Tajon Buchanan. The U.S. will be coming to win. Davies out. They will come hard. Canada better be ready and prepared. It'll be an interesting match. I don't know what the firepower is looking like, considering, you know, you guys were home tonight against El Salvador and you only won 1-0. Again, I didn't watch the match, but that doesn't fill me with, that fills me as a Canadian with confidence that U.S. are going to struggle to create chances and put the ball in the back of the net. Especially with Ricardo Pepi not knowing how to score anymore. Jesus Ferreira being a cam, and then Zardes. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I was saying America, yeah. Nicely done from Hutch. Finds Frazier. Having a little difficulty finding that pass out. This pitch looks like dirt, man. Elise comes in, but Victoria once again here to clean up. Who do you think will be the best future in CONCACAF? If honestly, say Canada, we have such an amazing talent and everyone is so young. I think Canada and the U.S. are going to I think they're going to leapfrog Mexico, just because Mexico, their generation's dwindling down in terms of age. They always produce talent because they do good at that, but the talent that they have will only hit a limit. It's a very interesting topic. Adrian actually interviewed Hercules Gomez, and he talked about exporting Mexicans and trying to get them to that next level instead of keeping them in CONCACAF. So, I don't know. I think Canada and U.S. are leapfrogging Mexico. Ricardo Pepi didn't play today, though. Do you guys know why he didn't play? Resting him for Canada? Or is Greg not happy with the goal drought? In 3 days, there'll be a hard fight between Canada and U.S. Who's the number one? We're going to find out, man. It's going to be a good one. Nicely done. Finds David. Finds Hoylett. Oh, that's a good ball from Junior Hoylett to put Jonathan David through. Oh, it's Ewan gets Figueroa. David! No! Oh, no! Oh, my God. It was David versus Maynard Figueroa. You'd expect David to burn him with speed, but instead he just cuts back and burns him with skill. And then just whiffs his shot. Oh. Mexico, always the kings of CONCACAF. Alex, I don't know if it's the right time to say that after... I mean, don't want to talk up the States, but three straight losses to the U.S. Don't know if you have much ground to sit on, my man. And you just also only took 1 point from Canada in World Cup qualifying. I'm just saying. Man, what a big chance there from David. David looks like Pepe right now. Once Mexican teams stop trying to get millions for these players, the star power will come back. And once the Mexican players stop choosing money over the experience. Yeah, you can't deny there's always going to be talent. Just a lot of talented Mexican players around the world in Liga Mec. There is. It's just, I don't know. It's an interesting topic. It was a good video that Hercules Gomez and Adrian did. Tuning in from Colombia. Greg has yet to explain why he didn't play Pepe. That's weird. I mean, I would have started Pepe. Jesus Ferreira, I don't know. Probably would have started Zardes over Ferreira, to be honest. But I could have really used that goal right now from Jonathan David. Nicely done from Scott Kennedy. Nicely done once again from Scott Kennedy. I'm sure if Yeet is he still in the chat? I don't know if you remember our bet. I put a bet down with Yeet that Josh Sargent wouldn't score more than 5 goals. So if he scores 6 or more, Yeet wins. If he scores 5 or less, I win. And I looked very pretty for a while, and then the man goes and does a scorpion kick and scores another one. So he's now at 2 out of 5. Or 2 out of the 6. So I just thought that was funny. Do I have a favorite team in Liga MX? I don't know. I probably follow Tigres the most, just because they're the most popular. A lot of good players on them. Florian Thovan's chilling there for some reason. Gignac. I guess that if I had to pick, I'd probably pick them just because I've watched them the most by far. I've watched a lot more Tigres matches than anyone else, but I don't know. Anyone in the chat who has got a favorite Liga MX team, let me know what it is. Little overlapping run. Honduras with the ball. A lot of red tuning in behind us right now. Oh, that's a good ball as well, but Borjan. Thoven has struggled in Mexico. He has, man. He needs to get out of Mexico ASAP. It's a terrible move for him. I'm pretty sure Canada is going to Qatar. We're hoping so. This would put us a big foot towards it. This result right here tonight. And Jonathan David could have wrapped it up earlier. Lozano just had a nice little header. But Canada's getting pressed pretty hard from Honduras. They're going to need to find another one. If he scores 5, I win. No, Yeet. I said 5 or less. But if you want, because I don't know. I'm pretty sure I said 5 or less. I've been going off of that. But if it ends at 5, maybe we call it a tie. But maybe I'll find the live stream we made the bet in. But I thought I said 5 or less. Cruz Azul. Tigres. A couple Cruz Azuls coming in. Luis Hernandez, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, you get a lot of the Liga MX games on One Soccer. Need Laren to a goal to beat Dwayne De Rosario's record. Yeah. Yeah. I predicted a 1-0 result, but with a Laren goal. Do I follow the Toronto Raptors? I do not. I only like 2 sports. I don't watch anything else. And I barely watch hockey anymore. Tejan just gets frickin' body checked. That's got to be a yellow ref. There you go. There you go. This guy's been a something all game. Yeah, I watch hockey and soccer. And my team's Ottawa, so I've lost a lot of interest in watching hockey. How's it feel being the best team in the region, Josh? I mean, this feels all right. There's still some work to do. We got 30 minutes to go. We're up by 1. And Honduras, to be fair, has played pretty well. But here's the substitution that I did call. Osorio for Junior Hoylett. It makes sense. Like I said, if they want to play the 4-4-2, Osorio can move out to the left. Or they'll probably go what they're going to do, the 3-5-2. 3-man midfield now. And Richie Larea for Laren. So they are switching it up a little bit. Unless Tejan's going striker, there could be a switch in shape here. But a double substitution. Osorio coming on. Larea coming on. Hoylett coming off. And Laren coming off. Not Laren's best outing. It would be a huge sensation if they overtook ice hockey. I don't know what the popularity of sports in Canada. I'm pretty sure it would go hockey, basketball, then soccer. So I think they have to worry about. But a couple people were telling me that they thought basketball was almost overtaking hockey. Liga MX shows in Canada on One Soccer. They have it. So I mean, it's free. So I toss it on every once in a while. Monterrey for Lele. Who do you go for in the Premier League? Do you watch the Premier League? Not really anymore, no. I usually just follow the Canadians around, and my favorite team's Dortmund. Dortmund's been my favorite team my entire life. That's a good ball from Osorio. Oh, David goes down. There's VAR now. Ref's not looking. But yeah, my favorite club team is Dortmund. My local club team is TFC and Forge. But growing up, I watched a lot of Chelsea. But maybe, I don't know. David goes to Arsenal. I'm going to have to watch Arsenal now. Old Firm Watchalong. Celtics versus Rangers. Scott Arfield. You could push me on it. Got a corner kick coming up. Osorio to take. One more time. And yeah, it was pushed over was Jonathan Osorio, but helped back up. A little bit of love. I love Canada. Jonathan GG. Good to hear, my man. Who do you got winning the Champions League? Probably City, Bayern, Liverpool. Somewhere in there. Does Canada have a pro league other than MLS? They have the CPL. Glasgow Rangers love Scott Arfield from Kim. Predictions for CF Montreal, Josh. I think they're going to be a lot better, man. I liked watching them last year. I think they started by far the most Canadians. They could have had an entire back line of Canadians. Chouanier at left wing back, ZBG at right wing back, Waterman, Alistair Johnston, and Kamal Miller now. They could literally have a back 5 of Canadians. It's a shot coming in from Chouanier. Just said Chouanier because it's in my head. Albert Elise coming in. Defended well. I think that was Kennedy once again. Shot from distance and blazes it over. Yeah, I think Montreal's gonna do good this year. I think they're probably gonna finish. I'm gonna say like 5th or 6th and make the playoffs. Wolves fan, we play Arsenal next, and Bayern has a Canadian player. Yes, they do. Nice defended. Yeah, Scott Kennedy's been really good tonight, guys. Kennedy's been probably, now that Piet was subbed off so early, he's my man of the match contender. Really glad we started. And again, it just, because I really like Kamal Miller. I've been so impressed since the Gold Cup. In pretty much every match, he hasn't put in a foot wrong. But he's not playing right now. And I respect Herdman for making that tough decision. Oh, what a run. Get that out. Atiba. There you go. Well played. We found Richie Larea. Finds Tejan. Oh, he slips and falls. Dog crap pitch, man. Hutch is pissed. Yeah, guys, keep us updated too on the Panama match. 27 minutes in, still 0-0. I hope it ends 0-0. Good chance there. Elias hits it just over the net. Canada looking a little shaky. I'm a CF Montreal and Halifax Wanderers. I'm from Southern Ontario. Hockey club is the Habs. Fair. Really good opportunity there. But what a save from Borjan once again, man. Would Norwich win the MLS if they were in the MLS? I mean, probably. I don't know. It's a tough question. MLS is weird because of the salary cap. But I mean, Norwich doesn't fill me with confidence going into the MLS. I don't know. It's a tricky question. They would definitely like be one of the top sides. I don't know. So stoked for this window of matches. I wonder when Canada's men's national team gets a show on regular TV in Canada. They have one soccer. That's, I guess. Yeah, I don't know about regular television. I don't think TSN will ever cover it enough. Same as Sportsnet. They should, man. The growth of the sport in the country is going to be massive, especially if we qualify for the World Cup in 2022. It's going to be a lot of interest coming in to this national team. It's the reason that I'm here doing this today. You'd think that someone's going to want to capitalize on it. It does look like Canada needs another goal. Kind of confused where Richie Larea is playing. Kind of looks right now, guys. That's another. Is that a yellow card? Is that a red? No. Yellow card coming up. Regular TV to me is CBC, TSN, Sportsnet. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if you're gonna find a regular. Like you'll see sprinkles of it. But yeah, I'm sorry. I was about to say we're playing a 4-4-2, guys. Johnson's right back right now. Vittoria and Kennedy, the two center backs. Atakubi left back. Azorio's playing as right mid. Frazier and Hutch are the two center mids. And Larea is playing left mid with Buchanan and David as the strikers. So I was confused of where, because I thought Larea maybe would go into right, which I'm surprised he's not on the right. But yeah, it's definitely a 4-4-2 right now. Atakubi, Larea on the left-hand side. And Azorio pushed out wide. And now Larea's over on the right. So I think him and Azorio just switched. But it could be played in the 3-5-2. Larea at right wing back. Atakubi at left wing back. Azorio, Hutch, Frazier through the middle. Buchanan, David up front. And it does look like they just switched into that. Because Larea moved from left mid to right wing back. Nicely done once again from Scott Kennedy. Soccer Canada doesn't change an arm and a leg for right. CBC would be a good spot. Sportsnet for me now is Flames. Oh, that's interesting. My Sportsnet Ontario has got the game. Next time you and Davies do a stream. All right, if any of you guys are watching, if anyone of you guys are watching Davies' stream, say hi from JJD TV. And just see if you get a reaction out of him. I am 99% sure he has no idea who I am. But I mean, you never know. Just be like JJD TV wants to invite you for a stream. See what he says. Be like, yeah, JJD TV's a loser. Up that guy, not that guy. To be honest, Fonzie isn't a great streamer. Borjan, oh! Get the ball out, boys. Oh my god. Milan Borjan. Let me just clear my eyes quickly. What a save. What a save from Milan Borjan. And then there's Liam Fraser, man. We got 20 minutes to go. Another goal here would be nice. The ref in a goddamn way. That was a big save, man. Of course he knows you. You were a college football star. I was far from that. I played for Conestoga. Conestoga's indoor team was unreal. Our outdoor team was trash. What a save, man. Milan Borjan, take a bow. Kennedy's down. Not ideal. Is Borjan's super saves even surprising anymore? It's such an incredible save, man. Super Borjan. I would bring on Cornelius, man. I would go Cornelius. Just because, again, he's playing. He's playing right now. I want someone whose mindset is in full flight mode. He's been playing very well for Panathinaikos. I would bring him on. If Kennedy's not good to know. Because Kennedy, for me, has been the best player on the pitch so far. He's been lights out. Every one of his challenges, his aerial duels, he's been lights out. Kim comes in with this super chat. Much love, Kim. I appreciate the donation. Says, "Yo, Josh, let's go Canada." Kim has Scott Arfield on her Rangers side, so she got a little Canadian love in it. But I appreciate the donation. Means a lot. But there is I believe it's going to be Canada ball. It should be. Agree, Cornelius would be good. He's playing well too. Kennedy's asking to come back on the pitch. Larea gets that one out. Kennedy comes back on. Looks like Kennedy's good, so that's good. Because Kennedy's been great, but like I said, I agree. For me, it'd be Cornelius over Henry. That's a good ball. Here comes Frazier. Nice ball. That's onside. What a ball. David! What a ball from Liam Frazier. Jonathan David not playing around. Makes it 2. Let's go. Maynard Figueroa pissed at the ripe age of 62. What a ball. I'm assuming he's onside. He might have left from his own half, which is why it's not even a debate. Oh, yeah. He's onside. What a run. Takes it with the chest and the header, and then just, yep, there we go. That's a finish, man. That's a finish. What a goal. The ball from Liam Frazier was filthy. But then the control of Jonathan David to take it first time with the chest to the head, and then one simple loop over the keeper, man. That was unreal. No, it's not offside, yeet yeet. Can't be offside when you leave from your own end. There we go, man. Liam Fraser. That was a ball. That's something Piet can't do. So there you go. You know, you have to have a little give and take there. But that was an incredible ball, Liam Fraser. Works some way into the match. They're getting a little chirpy now. Richie Larea coming in there. Drop a W, guys. Drop a like if you guys are just tuning into this. Canada finds a 2-0 lead with just a gorgeous goal. Dudes, we're going to Qatar. This puts us to 19 points, man. Going to Honduras. Honduras has been atrocious at home in this campaign. I believe they lost to Jamaica, Panama, US, and now us. This place used to be a fortress. It's kind of falling apart. Fraser does well. Look at Fraser just trying to get out of the challenges, man. He's like, do not run me over. Don't jinx it. I was reading a comment. Unless you're saying him to not drink it. But hey, remember how different this could have been. Don't forget that super save from Milan Borjan. Do not forget that save. Fully stretched. And somehow... that ball from Liam Fraser, man, is something else. Didn't know he had that in his back pocket, but that was a bullet. I see him scoring 1 or 2 more this match. Still 15 minutes to go. It's a good ball to Ilias. He's been dangerous, but Scott Kennedy's had him in the pocket. Oh, and he rings the bar. Ooh. It's a good hit. Curling away. I don't think Borjan got a touchdown. I just think that went off the bar. How much is the tickets to watch the Canada game? I believe they're stupidly expensive. I don't know. I didn't look because, like I said, I won't be in Canada for the match, so I just didn't even bother. But I saw some people trying to scalpel them for like $900 earlier. Borjan just giving a little push there. Anyone know how to watch the... I think the Costa Rica match is on One Soccer. I'm going to probably turn it on after this one. At least has more goals than David in League One. No. I think... No. David has 12. Ben Yedder is the only one in front of him. I think Ben Yedder has got 13. I think he's only got 7. Someone on StubHub is asking 1,200. Damn. Oh. Yeah, that would have been much. What do I think about Mexico? I think they're getting the job done, but it's not pretty. But, I mean, I wouldn't say our match today was pretty, but, I mean, Honduras did everything to make sure that this was not going to be a nice match for anybody. But I really like what Doniel Henry had to say. If you guys listen to the sloppy turnover there, Jonathan David's on it once again. Well defended. But if you guys watched the interview with Doniel Henry and KJ, it was a really, really good interview. And I really like Henry talking about his role with the team. Him being a shit disturber, and again, in his own words. And talking about saying, like, I don't know why people talk to us like we're the like our defense is the worst part. And Henry was just talking about our back line may not be the flashiest, may not be the ones playing in the top leagues around the world, but we have the best defensive record in the region. And that's not a lie. So it was very interesting, very confident man. And clearly a leader, which is something that I think because if he's not playing, a lot of people might forget about. But well done from Scott Kennedy again. Man, I'd say Scott Kennedy's my man of the match. Let me know what you guys think so far. Who would your man of the match be? Borjan's been good, but once again, Scott Kennedy on full display. Just absolutely bodying people. Getting possession, playing out from the back. Kennedy's been spectacular. Davies has 4 more. So at least he got 8 then. Good ball in. Scott Kennedy's there one more time. And Tejan finds the ball. And he's got a lot of space to run at. And look at the challenge, man. He's just trying to break his legs. Buchanan's like, yeah, you're dog crap. You can just go away. It's just a wild challenge, man. Gotta be careful someone doesn't get injured here. Is Tim Hortons Fields gonna be home for Canadian soccer? No. And there's Cavallini, and then there's Kamal Miller. No, I thought this game should have been played in BC Place. I think it was the wrong decision. I mean, the COVID situation and very congested Hamilton and the GTA is always, annoying, but with 10 minutes to go, Cavallini is coming on for Jonathan David. David had a really, really good match as well. Well, he had a really good match given the circumstances. And then Scott Kennedy coming off, who, for my books, man of the match. And comes on Kamal Miller. So Kamal Miller will go into that outside left center back. David looks pooched. And then there's Cavallini. So, like I said, guys, earlier, that's probably what you should have expected. Cavallini coming on instead of Ugbo. Just for this specific game, I'm assuming we're only going to see Ugbo probably, unless it's just like seconds, probably just for the US match. But good to see Kamal Miller back in. Great. Cavallini and Miller coming on. We need depth. Great move. Saving David for the Hamilton match. I have a feeling maybe one of David or Laren are going to be rested. And given the performance tonight, it may not be unthinkable that we go with just a one-striker system, but Kamal Miller already under a little bit of pressure, so does well to recover, though. Finds Azorio, who's had good feet tonight. Liam Fraser on the ball, does well. Getting pressed. Atakubi does well. Body's going forward. Tejan with Cavallini. Lucas Cavallini. Oh, Lucas Cavallini. Did well. Not sure what happened with Buchanan there. I have to take a look at the replay. But Cavallini does really well here. Look at the turn. Just cuts it inside. Finds a way. Really good move. Not known for his pace, so he just goes for... I don't know if he got kicked in the chest, maybe? Or maybe Buchanan is just trying to kill off some time. Let's take a look. The camera didn't follow him. Oh yeah, he got kicked a little bit. Your thoughts on what team will be fighting for fourth? Depending on what happens in the Panama match, because it is going towards halftime. I hope it ends 0-0. Because we would be on 19, Panama would be on 15. And then, so I'd assume it's going to be a fight between Costa Rica and Panama. But Mexico's only a couple points ahead, so let's hope that ends in a draw. A lot of you guys screaming pen. Yeah, not with this ref. Good little run there. Got a backtrack now out of Kubi. Kyoto. Nicely done from Kamal Miller. On the ground, he got kicked in the head. I'm hoping Tejan's okay, because I think he clearly is. I think he was just trying to kill a little time here. A substitution happened there for Honduras, but Vitoria is going down right now. So I'd assume Cornelius or Henry. I'd assume Henry for Vitoria if they're going to do a substitution, but Vitoria got right back up, says he's okay to play on. Hamilton had a sold-out crowd. Your disrespect for Hamilton is disrespectful. Talking to me, my man, or the chat. But no, sorry. I'll go back to my earlier statement. I live 45 minutes from Hamilton. I'm not complaining it's in Hamilton. Cavallini picks up his yellow. So Cavallini's actually suspended now for the U.S. match, which maybe he wanted, so he's guaranteed to play for the El Salvador match. But yeah, I live about 45 minutes away from Hamilton, guys, so I'm not complaining that the match is in Hamilton. I would have tried to go to it if I was going to be in the country at the time. All I was saying was, given the weather and maybe the COVID situation, I would have felt better putting it in BC, and match hasn't been out in BC yet. But that's just me. Hamilton had no problem selling that stadium out, so you can't argue that. I just thought with weather, we don't need to have, you know, we're good enough that we don't need to rely on the elements. And I thought it would have been a little bit nicer maybe to do it in BC, but maybe the trial, I don't know. There's a lot of different things that you could have had a debate. Either way, it would have been a sellout crowd. Didn't happen, so now we got half capacity. But there's a dangerous free kick coming up for Honduras. A couple players over. It looks like it's going to favor, I'd say it'd favor a right-footed free kick taker rather than a left. And right into the wall, out for a corner. Hope for Costa Rica and 10 Canada is 5 points clear of 4th place. Panama, yeah. From NYC Nibbles. I don't know. I'd be happy with a Costa Rica win or a 1-1 draw. I think they're using VAR right now. No penalty given. Corner kick coming in. Out for another one. Ref is a wanker. Honestly, Cavallini being suspended for the U.S. game means nothing. 0 chance he's playing. Totally agree. Borjan, strong fists. I agree. I think that's EK's opportunity. They're going to want Cavallini, though, available for the El Salvador game, and that's now pretty much guarantees he will be. That does guarantee he will be. Nicely done from Atakubi. Oh, that's sloppy from Atakubi. Finds Cavallini. And fouled ref. Attaboy. Fonzie calling the ref a weirdo. Man, as a Mexican fan, I'm happy with the win. Anyways, it was not about my team. And in my opinion, you guys are going to get 7 points this window. We're on decent track for it. Greetings from South America, from Colombia. Cheers, my man. Borjan is down, which is not good. He's been arguably man of the match contender, him and Kennedy. Let's see what happens here. He had a good punch to it. Don't know if he landed funny. Hopefully he's all right. Canada will have its highest ranking of all time after this match. I like it. I like it. The only concern with Cavallini yellow is if people go down with COVID. It's true. It's true. We do have a lot of options up front, though. Like, Hoylett can play up front in a front two. Buchanan can play in a front two. You have David. You still have Laren. Can play as lone strikers or in a front two. You have Ike who can play as a lone or in a front two. So we have a ton of options. Greetings from the Philippines. Hopefully Borjan's looking all right. But yeah, I mean, Football Kings, I'm sure you're happy Mexico got the win. That's all that really matters in the end. Same as any of our U.S. supporters. And, I mean, this was not the prettiest performance. It's never going to be a pretty performance when you go to Central America. But Canada, up 2-0. I'm going to take that every single day of the week. Kind of looks like Borjan might have got his knock when he stepped down. But he's looking like he's all right to go. Just trying to kill off some time. Fine with that. Jonathan David's goal was sick. It was. There was a lot to that goal, man. There's a lot to that goal. The ball from Liam Fraser was incredible. Ooh. I need to tweet Tactical Manager after this. Someone needs to remind me. He put predictions from points. Filippo, if you're watching, you're going to get it after the game. He put prediction for points, and he put Canada at 2. And then at the bottom, he put King of predictions. So Filippo's gonna take that one soon. But I don't want to do it till the match is over because, you know, don't want to jinx it. Sure, but odds all for center forwards going. Yeah, it'd be uncomfortable, but let's hope not. Azori's been pretty good since coming on as well. I think that should be well noted. I think it was good working his way back in here. Hopefully, I'd like to see him start at least one of the three. Probably, again, I'd see Osorio more for the US match, same as EK. But Azori's look good, man. Footwork looks good, on and off the ball. Looks like he'd bring something that wasn't really on the pitch. Why is Estacio not playing? He picked up COVID. And hey, we grabbed 3 points without arguably one of our most important players, him and Davies. Probably our two most important players. So just, again, shows what this team can do. Big performance. Players stepping up. Even players like Liam Fraser, man. Like I said, he was struggling, I thought, when he came on the pitch early for the remainder of that 7-8 minutes he played in the first half. And then to deliver a quality of ball like that, something else. We're getting close. We're on the 90th minute. I haven't seen 5 additional minutes added. 5 additional minutes. Not just for this window, but for developing depth and chemistry for the future, whether it's World Cup qualifying or World Cup down the road. Who knows? Look at Tejan. He was being careful there, man. Didn't want to go into that challenge just to get run over. Honduras, man. Sign me up on defense. 5 minutes to kill this thing out. And take 3 priceless points back to Tim Hortons Field. What did you eat? Canada only getting 4 points. Oh, you eat. Enjoy the 3 points now, Josh. Wait till Sunday. P.S. My wife says you look 12. Just ensure that you're Canadian. I'm 25, okay? I just shaved. That's why I look younger. I can grow facial hair. I'm not saying that sarcastically. I can't. But here comes Tejan Buchanan. I do look a lot younger when I shave. It's just I'm going on vacation, so, you know. You look 12. Jonathan Osorio. Yeah, Osorio's parents are Colombian. Fun fact. Baby Josh. Honduras defense is so bad, I can probably start from them. Not the best performance. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If I'm looking at the matches tonight, Johnny, Appleseed, I'm looking at, I mean, I guess it's Honduras. I mean, they're not having a great campaign, and you guys did beat them 4-1 on the road as well. But I think the U.S.-Canada match is going to be a good one. I do, like I said, think it's going to be, what a save again from Milan Borjan. Oh, man, you cannot beat this guy. Jeez. That's a good save once again. All right, I don't know, man. Is Borjan leapfrogging Kennedy for man of the match contender? Another corner kick coming up. Blocked. Big block. It's fine. We know you're 12. I wish. Oh. Well, I don't wish I'm 12, but... Damn. Man of the match. Another good opportunity, man. 2 minutes to play. Now I just kind of want to hear the final whistles. Borjan is the man of the match now for sure. Yeah, I think you're right. Another win. How do you like them apples? Puts us on 19, man. Still top of the table. Milan Borjan equals GOAT. Man of the match equals Borjan. Those were 2 incredible saves. They really were. Give it to Borjan. Man of the match to Borjan, guys. I'm thinking so. He deserves this clean sheet. I'm hoping we can figure it out here and not concede late. There's 5 extra minutes. We've played. We're at 93 minutes and 45 seconds, so another minute 15 to play. Honestly, I really like that CONCACAF is becoming more competitive. Honduras, Costa Rica, and Panama always make it difficult. El Salvador, Canada. Yeah, CONCACAF is getting better. I mean, Jamaica with recruiting the English talents. Canada just becoming better. U.S., a lot of talents there. Nicely done from Jonathan Osorio. Foul, though. Great job tonight. I enjoyed your commentary. Cheers. Milan for sure. Appreciate that, guys. If you guys are still with us today and you've stayed with me throughout the watch-along, I appreciate all the support on tonight's watch-along as well on the channel. And if you could be so kind as drop a like if you guys have not yet. Helps the channel out, as well as drop a sub if you guys enjoyed the content, because there's seconds remaining left now. And Richie Larea, heads up you don't get absolutely run over. But this one, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's a W. Canada goes to Honduras after misery in the past to take a 2-0 win, go to 19 points after getting a real CONCACAF-like performance from the Honduran side today. And that remains us top of the table, guys. Big performance, man. Big performance. Let's see some W's in the chat. Feels good. I was a little worried, mainly because, you know, it's going to Central America. We haven't done it yet. That was just naturally the next hurdle for this team. And it just, you know, goes nice if we get the team in worse form. But we went there. We made a statement. It was a tough one. Not the easiest environment to play in, but we picked up the W nonetheless. It's good stuff, guys. We're going to have our 5 takeaways video coming up as well. Talk about how close we may be to Qatar 2022. A lot of W's tuning in. Thanks for the stream, Josh. Appreciate your knowledgeable commentary. Glad you enjoyed it, my friends. Appreciate all the support, guys, helping the channel grow and showing a lot of love for Canadian soccer. Team effort it was, but I think we're gonna have to give the man of the match to Borjan. I think that's pretty fair. Good night, Josh. Work tomorrow. It's 3 a.m. here. Canada must made one of the biggest jumps in soccer history. Simply amazing, man. You look like you're about to cry, Josh. I mean, I don't know, man. If we qualifying for World Cup, it'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool. Not quite on the tiers yet. Still a little bit of work to go. Want to get that top 3. But yeah, guys, we're going to wrap up the stream for today now. I appreciate everyone tuning in. 5 takeaways will come up, and we'll have our match preview with Filippo. And I need to go do a tweet quickly. So, you know, you got a couple cruise-like match previews and 5 takeaways. But I appreciate everyone tuning in. Drop a like and a sub on your guys' way out, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers, friends.